Weights have been lifted. Sprints have been run. Preparation for today's game is history. It's time to get it done. You're listening on MichiganSportsRadio.com.
The football regular season is winding down with playoffs on the horizon and an all-time first in MHSAA football history. I'm John Ross, and this is This Week in High School Sports, powered by Michigan Student Aid. Welcome to Week 9 of the football season, the final week of the regular season. All across Michigan, schools are looking to get into the playoffs or earn home field advantage for at least one game. Let's run through how it all works. There are 8 divisions of 11-player football. The top 32 in each division will qualify for the playoffs, and that's based on a team's playoff points. From there, the 32 teams are grouped into 8 4-team districts. The team with the higher playoff points will host. District play starts October 27th with district finals the following week. After districts, we're down to 8 teams in each division, and they'll play regionals on either November 10th or 11th. Those winners advance to the semifinals on November 18th, and then it's on to Ford Field for the MHSAA Finals, November 25th and 26th. Remember that those games are on Saturday and Sunday this year. For 8-player football, there are 2 divisions. 16 teams in each will qualify, and the MHSAA Finals are November 18th at the Superior Dome in Marquette. How do you know who makes the playoffs? Tune into the Selection Sunday show this Sunday at 6 p.m., airing live on Bally Sports Detroit Extra. And then after the show, brackets will be posted at MHSAA.com. It's time for Game Balls, where we highlight a trio of standout performances from the last week. First, to Bullet Creek senior Logan Corson. He scored 4 times in a soccer district win over Standish Sterling. The 4 give him 68 career goals, making him the school's all-time leading goal scorer. He's also their all-time leader in assists. South Lyon East Caitlin Berry. Her 15 kills in a match against South Lyon helped the Cougars to a 4-set win and a Lakes Valley Conference outright title. And at Kingsford, Elizen Roos. He ran for 330 yards and 6 touchdowns in a 41-32 win over Menominee. The win gives Kingsford at least a share of the West Pat Conference title.
For high school seniors, the matchup of the year isn't on the field. It's actually online. That's right. When you fill out the FAFSA, the free application for federal student aid, you could also be eligible for thousands of dollars in additional money from the Michigan Achievement Scholarship. Yep, nearly 80% of students who fill out the FAFSA may be eligible. Now that's a matchup we can all root for. Get started today at michigan.gov/achievement. The Michigan Achievement Scholarship. It's a game changer.
Our weekly Be the Referee feature takes a look at the fine art of officiating with registered official Paige Winnie.
Today's You Make the Call takes us to the tennis court. We're in the middle of a volley when I hit a shot with a ton of spin on it. It goes over the net, bounces, and then spins back over the net towards me without being hit by my opponent. What's the call? My opponent never hit the ball, so I win the point. The same rule applies if it's wind, not spin, blowing the ball back over the net. My opponent could have returned my shot even if they had to reach over the net to do so, as long as they don't touch the net while returning. If my opponent hits the net in the process of returning my shot, it is also my point.
Thanks, Paige. Now more than ever, we need officials. If you're interested, please go to the MHSAA website now to register. Bear Lake's 8-player football team won for the first time this year on October 7th, a 26-0 victory over Baldwin. In doing so, their coach, Sam Mullett, became the first woman in MHSAA history to win a football game as head coach. Mullett took over Bear Lake this season, and she's a Lakers grad. She talked to state champs after the game.
The biggest thing I would say is be yourself. The boys can really see through when you're trying to be something that you're not. And they just really want authenticity, and they want someone that can help them win. And from the NFL to high school, I've never found anybody that questioned, what I looked like, or that I'm a female. They just want to know, what are you going to do to help me win? Because ultimately that's the goal at every level, is how can we be successful?
Bear Lake closes out the season at Engadine. You've been listening to This Week in High School Sports, powered by Michigan Student Aid, a production of the MHSAA Network. Thanks for joining us. I'm John Ross, and we'll see you next week.
Jaden Terry starts step up the middle of the field, 40, big hole 50, he's gone 45, at the 30, left sideline 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown Jaden Terry. The tank for the Lancers give read option keeper whole bunch of space. At the 40, got the 35, 30, up the middle of the field, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown Bryce Underwood. And welcome to game night. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Tim with you here on taking it at the 14-yard line, will be offset by Tyson Mann. Shimmies over the 30, burst to speed at the 40, right sideline 50, able to get away from the tackle, walking the tightrope at the 30, 25-20, all alone, 10-5, touchdown Granville. Snap to Underwood from the gun, fake handoff in the RPO, thrown left side, caught Yarbrough, sidesteps the defender at the 5, walks in the end zone, touchdown Belleville. The Tigers put it away, 34-17. They're going to go back-to-back. On fake handoff, keeper left side over the 45-yard line, outside the number of the 40, 35-30, left sideline 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, 7 touchdowns for Mason McKenzie. And Caledonia has just about served this one up on ice. And hello everyone, and welcome to McKenzie Stadium, and welcome to Jenison. This is the MGN Game of the Week. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer, and this is a rivalry clash in the OK Blue with everything in terms of playoff positioning on the line here this evening. CT. Unity Christian, Holland Christian, both 3-5. We know the playoff scenarios. We talked about them all week. Unity Christian, with a win, we expect them in. Holland Christian still going to need some help. But Chandler, this game means so much for both these teams as a rivalry, but then also the playoffs are looming, and for both of these proud programs, especially Unity Christian, needing a win to be able to make the playoffs, that is all right there.
Yeah, it sure is. I think anytime you get this late in the season, of course, a lot on the line for the playoffs, but these two teams rivals to begin with, so you already know the tension's pretty high between them. You add in the playoff implications. Unity Christian, as you said, the better chance to get in, but Holland Christian always going to be looking to play the spoiler against a team that they have some history with.
Absolutely, and there's a lot to get to here on our Centennial Securities pregame show. We are going to start by actually quick stepping away because in order to set up this big week of playoffs across the area, we had Snooze from SnoozeToYou.com on with us this week. He is our pregame interview, so we're going to step aside, come right back into our studio where we'll have that interview with Snooze to go over all that's going on in terms of playoff positioning in West Michigan, including this one here tonight.
I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities. I've heard it said that professional coaches measure success in rings, college coaches measure success in championships, and high school coaches measure it in titles. But youth coaches measure success in smiles. At Centennial Securities, we're like the youth coach. Our success is measured by the smiles on the faces of our satisfied clients. If you're a Centennial Securities customer, you know what I mean. If you're not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FINRA.
And welcome back, everyone, to MGN. And this week, special interview as we're getting ready for the playoffs. And we have got, well, I guess I'd say, a little bit of a celebrity in high school football in the state of Michigan with us this week. He's known, of course, by one name and one website. It's Snooze from SnoozeToYou.com. How are you doing today, sir?
Doing great, Nate. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well and very excited because we're here to just about the playoffs. And we'll get into the playoffs here in just a second. But, of course, many Granville fans within our listener base know you from a guy that's on the sideline with the Bulldogs, so often tweeting out and showing some highlights and stuff from the game. So I guess we'll just kind of start, before we get in the playoffs, just kind of your general thoughts on this Bulldogs season, of course, coming off the Rockford loss. But, I mean, this is a Granville team that, it's a young team, but, man, they've been a lot of fun to watch this year.
Yeah, you just took the words out of my mouth. They've been a lot of fun to watch. Like you said, it's a young team. It's not a huge roster or anything, but they've got grit, as they say in Granville.
Yep.
You mentioned me wandering the sidelines, the coaches, the players, and the administration and everything has been great to me. An old guy walking around sticking his cell phone in everyone's faces, and everyone's just been really, really great. It's been a lot of fun. Last few years before this, I tried to retweet every score in the state, and it just started driving me nuts. Everyone was posting highlights and sending them to me, and I found that I wasn't really watching the local game, and I'm enjoying this so much more, just focusing on one game and not really caring about others.
No,
so it's been great. Yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely, and it's fun. On the weeks that I haven't been able to go there, it's been great that you've been at the Granville game because it makes it that much easier to be able to follow along. But all right, it is going into week 9, going into this final week of the season. I think in West Michigan things are pretty well set, but first, I guess if you can kind of explain, I think everyone knows about anyone that's watching this show certainly knows about you and Mapatology and what you do. But if you want to just kind of talk a little bit about, we're going to be looking at the Mapatology Week 8.5, the favorites win. If you can just kind of describe a little bit of kind of what went into this and what the Week 8.5 rankings that people can check out are.
Sure. What I do is take the predicted winners from every game in the state, and that's courtesy of Goose Poop. Anyone that knows me probably knows Goose as well. He's sort of the Cal Preps of Michigan high school football, in my opinion. But he sends me a list of all the winners of all the games. He gives me point spreads too, but I don't really publish those. And what we do is plug in the numbers, provided all the winners win, and we know they won't. Or I'm sorry, all the favorites win. We know that won't happen, but this Week 8.5 is generally pretty close to the field that's actually going to happen after all the games are played. Obviously, there are maybe about 6 to 8 teams or so that are waiting anxiously for all the games to be played because they don't know whether they're in or not. You and I can talk about some of those local teams that might be sitting on pins and needles a little bit. But, for the most part, I'd say around 80 to 90% of the field is already set.
Yeah, and let's start in Division I with the big schools here in West Michigan, and we have our attention on Division I, District 1. This is where Granville and Rockford and Hudsonville are. And really right now, I think you talk about teams waiting. It's going to come down to that East Kentwood versus West, correct?
Yes, I don't think it's 100%, but I think it's very likely that the winner of that game is in, the loser is out. A lot of things could go wrong, and they could both be out. I don't think they could both be in, but, correct me if I'm wrong, edit it out, whatever. But I can, we were in this situation last year with West Ottawa, and there were just a handful of games that really mattered, and it came down to Cass Tech, and they won, and West Ottawa was the first team out. And I hope that doesn't happen to whichever team wins that game. But for people who like to watch the scoreboard, I've got a few teams to root against.
Okay.
There's Brighton. They play Fordson, and we have them not favored to win. But if they did win, they could sneak in. Oxford plays UD Jesuit. Utica plays Farmington. Troy plays Fraser, and Ann Arbor Huron. So those are the 5 teams I think you really need to root against: Brighton, Oxford, Utica, Troy, and Huron.
Yeah.
If a bunch of those lose, potentially we could get both of those teams in which case East Kentwood would be the one to go to the east.
Okay. If neither make it, would it be Grand Ledge then that would plug into this district, or how do you think that would fall?
Yes, and that's another interesting scenario. If that were to happen, again, I hope it doesn't, but Grand Ledge would move into the district. And here's an interesting thing. Assuming Hudsonville loses to Rockford and Grand Ledge beats East Lansing, then it's pretty much a toss-up for the 3 and 4 seeds. So if the Granville coaches are listening, you need to scout not only West Ottawa and EK, or I'm sorry, not only Hudsonville, but throw in a tape on Grand Ledge as well. So, yeah, that could be an interesting scenario.
Yeah, I'm sure. I think the Granville coaches are smart enough that I'm sure they're listening to this. They don't listen to any other segment on this show. They know not to listen to Chandler and I, but they at least listen to this one segment. Let's go on now. We'll skip down to Division 4, which is actually our MGN Game of the Week and provides another one of the kind of win to get in type of scenarios between Holland Christian and Unity Christian in D4. Tell us a little bit about that HC versus Unity game and some of what winning and losing for either team may make and the rest of how D4 could shake out here.
Yeah, I think Unity has they're in a stronger situation. I think if they win, they're in. Holland Christian, I believe, is likely out even with a win. Unity, even with a win, they're only maybe the second or third team up from the bottom. So yeah, they could use some help, to get some sleep on Saturday night. But I believe they would be in with a win.
Yeah. Okay. It certainly will be interesting, and it's crazy to think that this Unity Christian team is in a win to stay alive in the playoffs sort of position with the couple of seasons that they've had before this. Let's transition on to Division 2. I think right here you're looking at there's the Muskegon district, and then things have kind of split up. You have right now, based on this projections, the District 2 where Byron Center is. Then you move to another region where Caledonia is. Is there any potential movement where you maybe see Caledonia and Byron Center wind up together, or that Muskegon thing potentially get blown up? Is there one game that maybe that's hinging on, or is this pretty settled that we're going to see these major kind of West Michigan powers, Byron Center, Caledonia, at least separate?
I think there's a possibility that Traverse City Central could drop out. I haven't looked at them in particularly, but I believe that's the case. If that is the case, then I think it's possible that the Muskegon teams could slide over with one of the Grand Rapids area teams. Again, it depends on kind of the flow, but I would say Byron Center would be the most likely to go into that district. Caledonia in particular is quite shielded from going to Muskegon simply because Byron Center and Forest Hills Northern are both in. Forest Hills Northern is pretty close to the bubble, but I think they're pretty solid even if they lose. They play East Grand Rapids this week. But yeah, Caledonia, I can pretty solidly say they will not be paired with the Muskegon teams.
Okay. Into Division 3, where there are a lot of good teams from across West Michigan. You look at the week 8.5 and the favorites win right now. You see Forest Hills Central, Northview, Lowell all together in a district. You see East Grand Rapids, the Zeeland schools, Coopersville all together. So a couple real gauntlets. I guess I kind of asked the same question. Do you see some potential movement there? Probably kind of revolving around Northview, I would suppose. On where some of these teams could wind up, or is it also, kind of similar that we're expecting things in D3 to stay somewhat set how they are?
Saying anything with D3 or D4 being set where they are as far as geography is concerned is just crazy because there are so many variables. Number one, there are so many teams that are close together, and there are a few teams in each of those divisions that totally kind of screw up the geography as far as who to pair with who. So that's my little caveat.
Okay.
If your team's not in the district I projected, oh well, it's kind of a crapshoot. And I do make it very clear that I'm not necessarily predicting what MHSAA will do. I hope it's close, but this is how I do it, and I'm certainly not saying that's the only way to do it. But as far as teams, Northview is, I believe they're likely in, even with a loss to Byron Center. Of course, if they win, they're obviously in. Cedar Springs can get in with a win over Forest Hills Eastern. Easier said than done, but they could get in, and if they did, they would, I believe, leap over Northview should Northview lose. Teams to root against for our local teams would be Cadillac and Gull Lake, just to bump up the Northviews and Cedar Springs of the world.
Okay. Division 5, I think there's probably one main talking point in D5 when you look at West Michigan and how things have fallen for the last couple years and the way things that we potentially may see them fall again. That is right now, Belding's off on their own, and West Catholic and Catholic Central are together and going for a potential another district championship type clash. I guess, are there matchups out there that you could see things, potentially, and again, coming down to what the MHSAA does, where you could potentially see those two teams split apart, or are we likely, you think, going for another Falcon and Cougar clash for a district championship?
I think it's likely they'll be in the same district. However, there is one scenario where they won't be. And I can say this for Division 5, specifically for this West Michigan area, pretty confidently that it depends entirely upon the number of teams that make the playoffs south of Grand Rapids. Now, we've got currently Berrien Springs and South Haven are locks. What we need is exactly one more team. We've got Benton Harbor and Allegan that are kind of on the bubble, both of which kind of need help. But if one of those two teams gets in, then what we would have is Berrien Springs, South Haven, say Benton Harbor or Allegan, plus probably Catholic Central. And in that case, they would be split apart from West Catholic. Now, if both of those teams get in, that puts us back to square one, because Benton Harbor Allegan would be paired with the other two Southwest teams, and then we have Catholic Central and West Catholic right back where we started. I think a team like Belding might like that, because if we have 9 teams in the West here, it's a possibility that Belding could get shipped more east towards Corunna, which is no easy task either, but I bet they'd take their chances. So yeah, I've been asked about this all year long. Why are you pairing these two schools in the same district? It's not fair, blah blah blah. But this is how it's done. There's no attempt to balance the power. That's just how it is. But yeah, the single scenario is if we get 3 teams south of Grand Rapids. And for this situation, to help Benton Harbor and Allegan to get in, we want to root against these 4 teams: Dundee, Essexville Garber, Standish Sterling, and this may or may not be true, Comstock Park, but they play Newaygo, and then we may be rooting against Newaygo and just kind of going back and forth forever. So,
all right. Well, Snooze, thank you so much. Such great information. I speak for everyone across the state of Michigan you do for high school football, and helping make a little bit more sense of where things are going as we get into the playoffs. So again, thank you so much for your time today, and Snooze, thank you also for all the other work you do for high school football in the state of Michigan.
Hey, it's a fun time of year. Oh, I think I see Chandler coming in. Take care.
Okay. Yep. Thank you so much. All right. We will quick step aside, right back here on Game Night.
To everyone who loves great food, let us make you a meal the Wisconsin way.
We cook each Butterburger to order for you and the people you love, so it's the best part of your day.
The best.
The best.
And every creamy scoop of fresh frozen custard, pure happiness.
Pure happiness.
Pure happiness. Because where Culver's comes from.
And the heart of America's Dairyland.
Our love.
Our love for fresh food is as strong as our love for all of you.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
What would you do with some extra time? Shop Fastlane today.
Looking for a great place to buy a used truck or car? Check out Extreme Truck and Auto Center, located at 1098 O'Malley Drive in Coopersville. They have a huge selection of trucks, cars, vans, and SUVs. Stop by their lot or give them a call at 616-384-3777. You can check out their inventory at xtacenter.com.
Michigan Hearing Experts sell and service several brands of hearing aids. Are you having trouble having a conversation or unable to hear the latest play of the game? We perform comprehensive hearing exams and use real ear measurements to ensure optimal functioning hearing aids for your unique needs. Our highly trained doctors of audiology are dedicated to helping you reconnect with your world. Visit MichiganHearingExperts.com to find a location near you and take the first step towards better hearing with Michigan Hearing Experts.
The Grand Rapids Sports Hall of Fame celebrates the city's rich sports history by honoring prominent West Michigan athletes and those who have contributed greatly to sports on a local, state, or national level. A class is elected each year and then honored at an induction ceremony in the fall. They also prevent annual events in support of West Michigan athletics, and they raise funds to support local youth organizations and charities. Follow them on Facebook or check out the pictures and biographies of all 181 inductees at grshof.com.
At Sporting U, we know the quality and service our customers are looking for, and we make sure we deliver. Whether it's uniforms, embroidered or screen-printed apparel, promotional products, or a company web store, Sporting U has an experienced team, phenomenal suppliers, and in-house production to make it all happen seamlessly. You think it, we ink it. Our team is here to help your team stand out. Find out more at sportingu.com. That's sporting and the letter U.com.
Are you looking for a new career? Aetna Supply is hiring. Aetna Supply is Michigan's #1 plumber wholesaler, servicing local customers for over 50 years. They offer great benefits, a 401k with company match, quarterly bonuses, and no Sundays. Once again, check them out at aetnasupply.com/careers or click on their logo on the Michigan Sports Radio homepage.
Cornerstone University.
The professors are very open to helping whenever they can.
Academic excellence, character-driven athletics, Christ-centered community involvement.
Cornerstone has been a great opportunity for me to grow as a leader, just being able to approach people and be warm and welcoming and hospitable.
Experience it for yourself. Attend a Golden Eagle Day at Cornerstone for a taste of campus life and the chance to meet faculty and staff. To arrange a visit for your high school junior or senior, go to cornerstone.edu. Cornerstone University. Build a life that matters.
This is the pizza the other guys wish they could make. Keep dreaming. Jets. Better because it has to be.
And welcome back to Unity Christian. Nate Dreyer, or to Jenison. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer with you. Game night on Michigan Sports Radio. And we are ready to go through the national anthem. Thank you for tuning in to the Centennial Securities pre-game show. A lot to get to in this one. It is a battle for a chance at the playoffs for Unity Christian to win. All but means they're in. You heard Snooze just a moment ago in our pregame coverage. Help break that down for Holland Christian. They're going to likely be out regardless, but They need a win if they are going to have a chance whatsoever. Tonight's head coaches are Craig Tibby in his 21st season, been here since the very start of this program for Unity Christian, and it's the first-year man, Dave Aberger, for Holland Christian. That's tonight's coaches, presented by Sporting U. Sporting U, you think it, we ink it. We have what you need to look your best. Check them out at sportingu.com. And the Family Fare Tailgate Special this week is fresh, all-natural, boneless New York pork chops. Buy one, get one free. We're looking out for the Car Center hit of the game in this contest, along with the Farmers Insurance Play of the Game, Centennial Securities Winning Game Plan, Best Play Call of the Game, the Rainbow Grill Player of the Game, and we are ready to go. Unity Christian will send this one away right to left across your radio dial to open things up. The big 6'6 senior on senior night, the tight end, Hugo Vanderwall's got it on the tee at the 40. He'll get ready to stride it away and send it away in just a moment. Holland Christian, pair of deep returners back around the 5-yard line. Right to left across your radio dial. Alternate, steel gray home uniforms for Unity. It's the all whites for Holland Christian. Right leg through the football, backing into the end zone. Ethan Aberger will take it with a couple of hands, settle it down, and Holland Christian's offense will go on the attack from the 20. Eli defenses, they love to spread it 4 wide and throw it all around.
Yeah, they really do maximize the field and having their players spread across a lot of 4 receiver sets. They have a tight end out there, but very rarely have him lined up on the line. They split him out as well, throw the football around the yard quite a bit.
Mishmerheisen, big 6'7" tight end, will start in the backfield out of a split back shotgun formation. The tailback is the senior Meta Hoekstra. They give it to him coming around the right side. Cuts it up at the 25-yard line. Stutter step move to the 29, and he's brought down at the 30. Enough to move the chains. A first down run. They have not, at this point in time, had any game where they've given up fewer than 20 points on the year. High snap to Boyce, and a give to Meta Hoekstra over left guard, shoving his way ahead to the 33-yard line where a whole host of, it will be 3 yards on first down. Got that tight end in the backfield.
Yeah, going to a little bit more power, different look for them, and bringing their tight end in the backfield, have an option there to either hand the ball to him or have him run a route out of the backfield as well, but so far just giving the ball to Hoekstra and being able to move the football pretty effectively.
They'll spread it 4 wide on 3rd and 7. Throw into the flat as it's brought in by Ethan Aberger. The senior cuts by a defender over the 40 on the screen. He's got the first down to the 42-yard line, twisting ahead. An effective drive, including a long strike down the field to the junior Josh Bruxford. A moment ago, Holland Christian will break him out. Senior quarterback Eli Boyce works from the gun. They bring in a pair of tight ends to either side out of a split back formation. They give it on the end around to Gabe Confara, and the twisting junior makes his way down about the 3-yard line before he gets shut down by Vancouvering and Drew Zeal, the defensive tackle, and it will be 3rd down and goal from they'll actually mark it back to around the 4.5-yard line right here, 3rd and 5, or 3rd and goal from the 5 officially.
Yeah, they bring in the bigger body tight end and give him the football right away as a goal line running back, but the Unity defense, they're able to stop him, actually drop him in the backfield for a short loss. Looks like going to make the substitution back to Hoekstra in the backfield now.
Yeah, and they'll go 4 wide as well. Single man isolated right is Bruxford, and the tight end Hoekstra off the left hip from the gun of Boyce. Here's a snap to Boyce, straight left, rolling to pass, throws in the flat, caught 5-yard line, stumbling into the end zone. Ethan Aberger, touchdown, Holland Christian. The senior, and what could be his final game at the high school level, able to take a low pass on the screen, had a well-sealed edge, and Aberger dives into the end zone. A quick strike and a quick score for Holland Christian, 7:57 off the board. They move the ball very, very effectively on their first drive, CT.
Yeah, right down the field, right through the Unity Christian defense, and then down on the goal line. Boyce had the opportunity there, rolling out to his left. If he wants to, he can keep that ball and try to run for the goal line himself, but Aberger out in the flat, open, and able to dump it off to him.
Junior Caden Van Heist will look to add the extra point here for Holland Christian. The all-traveling whites for HC, all home steel grays for Unity Christian. Right leg through the football for Van Heist. He's got a good leg on that one as well. That one tumbles through the uprights good, and Holland Christian has their 7-0 lead. I think I saw the Holland Christian soccer team just won and continued their defense of their state title, I believe, last night. So I would assume Van Heist may come from that team, and that would explain why he's got such a good leg behind that one as well. 7:57 to go, 7-0. Holland Christian lead, thanks, of course, to Centennial Securities and Farmers Insurance, the presenting sponsors of Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio. Next fall, Calvin University debuts its intercollegiate football program, and practice is already underway for Coach Trent Fig and the Knights. This fall, catch Michigan Sports Radio's coverage of the Knights' countdown to kickoff with the debut of Fig on Football monthly show. You can also watch Calvin hockey on Michigan Sports Radio. Fig on Football last night. He and Brock Conkle did that show live, so make sure you go back and check that out on the on-demand page on Michigan Sports Radio. So, back underway, left to right across your radio dial. Van Heist will get ready to send it away to a pair of deep returners for Unity Christian here. Steenstra, Vancouvering, back to receive this one at Steenstra, near side to the right of the radio position. And this is a low driving, bouncing squib kick up the right side of the field, taken at 19-yard line by Vancouvering. Has speed over the 30, outside the numbers to the 35-yard line. Got hit, put the ball on the floor. Holland Christian says they have it, and they do. HC forces the turnover. Unity Christian won't even get a chance to get their offense on the field before this explosive HC offense is back on the field. And right away, Unity Christian in some trouble as they try to give themselves a playoff chance.
Yeah, man, mistake on special teams there. Vancouvering right along the sideline, very close to going down and stepping out of bounds. A last-second hit there from the Maroons coverage team forces the football free, and just like that, Holland Christian going to have good field position again, already up 7-0.
Holland Christian spreads him 4 wide. Ball in the left hash mark from the 36-yard line in plus territory. Snap the waist of Boyce. Drop to pass. The senior fires. Caught Bruxford on a leap 25-yard line and backs down to the 21-yard line. First down, Bruxford into the secondary, able to charge ahead. See Phoebus, the sophomore, and a few others rallying to the tackle. But HC's offense going crossing patterns over the middle, and a couple of good grabs already by the junior Bruxford. They'll break it out quickly. 21-yard line, 1st and 10, back to a 4-wide set. Hoekstra offset the right hip of Eli Boyce. The big 6'3 senior's got a couple of D3 offers at the quarterback position underway. Throws in the flat at the 21-yard line, caught by Aberger. Quick stutter step move past the 15-yard line and shut down to the 12 by Jackson DeHoop. DeHoop, by the way, one of the storylines we didn't get to talk about yet, and we would have talked about on the next drive, is going to be playing quarterback. Been the backup throughout the bulk of the season, but James Carroll, the senior on senior night, is out tonight for Unity Christian, so a different look offensively as well for them. 2nd down and 2 from the 13-yard line. HC offense and the all-whites continuing to work very quickly right here out of a spread 4-wide set. Mishmerheisen, the big tight end, is the slot receiver to the right. Snap to Boyce, rolls out of the pocket right, looking for the end zone, throws short right corner, caught Bruxford, touchdown Holland Christian. Josh Bruxford able to range back into some free space in the corner of the end zone, and Boyce finds him, and just like that, it's 13-0 HC with 6:50 to go in the first.
Maroons run trips to the wide side of the field there, and Boyce allows that play time to develop down the field, doesn't panic, able to move out of the pocket, allow Bruxford some time to get open in the front corner of the end zone, and throw a nice ball right in the chest.
Couple passing TDs for Boyce already. Van Heist, extra point is up and good. 14-0 Holland Christian. A quick statement. 6:50 to go in the first. Be right back here from Jenison.
I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities. I've heard it said that professional coaches measure success in rings, college coaches measure success in championships, and high school coaches measure it in titles. But youth coaches measure success in smiles. At Centennial Securities, we're like the youth coach. Our success is measured by the smiles on the faces of our satisfied clients. If you're a Centennial Securities customer, you know what I mean. If you're not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FINRA.
And welcome back to Jenison. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer with you. 14-0. What a statement by Holland Christian. A quick score. They then are able to force a fumble on the kick return from Vancouvering. Pick the ball back up. Another quick score. And they go to a squibber inside the 10-yard line with some difficulty. Vancouvering will take this one. He's got the 20 to the 23-yard line and gets shoestring tackled from behind. So we now will finally get to see Jackson DeHoop, the junior, get his first crack at starting and running this Unity Christian offense with Carroll out tonight. This is a team that We know the system, Chandler. It's a T system, but they go no huddle. They go as fast as anyone does out of this sort of system, and they got a lot of speed in the backfield. Viss, Vandergoot, Vancouvering, Steenstra, and on can really run the football. Unity starts right hash mark at their own 24-yard line, down a couple of scores already, 14-0. The mark right now is DeHoop is in from the sideline. All gray uniforms, DeHoop, with some long blue socks in navy. The only player on UC wearing the navy socks will stride under center with the T behind him. Twin tight ends. Holland Christian goes with a 3 down front, 1 standing edge rusher. Give to Steenstra, 2 hands on the ball, charging ahead to the 27-yard line where Boyce helps come in to shut him down. Of course, D4, these guys playing both ways for the most part. 6.5 to go, and Unity Christian will take a little bit more time to get the play relayed in right here. 6:24 and less to go. It'll be a 2nd down and 6 from the 26. Snap to DeHoop. Give to the fullback on the dive up the middle. That was Jared DeVries, the sophomore, getting the start at fullback and getting shut down with a driving run to the 28-yard line to make it 3rd down and 5 right here for the Crusaders. So right away, you see under 6 minutes to go, already down a couple of scores, and already with a 3rd and medium that they have to deal with, CT.
Yeah, already in a tough spot. The offense coming out on the field, down a couple scores, and then your first couple runs combined for 5 yards. Now right away, a big 3rd down opportunity here that the Crusaders is going to need to try to convert to keep this drive alive.
3rd and 5 from their own 29-yard line. 5.5 to go first quarter. Already 14-0 Holland Christian. Unity Christian needs a win to make the playoffs. Under center goes DeHoop. Snap to the junior. Fake give. Rolling right to pass. Fires deep right side. Overthrown and in and out of the hands of Vanderwall at the 50-yard line. They had him wide open, but the pass was a little high. Let him out of bounds, I think, anyway. It'll be 4th and 5, and it looks like Unity Christian, down 14, will punt it away right here.
Yeah, just missed on the pass there. A corner route to the outside, thrown just over the fingertips. Would have been a try to toe tap the back foot situation. It would have been a very difficult catch, but the throw just enough over the head. Vanderwall unable to secure that one, and Crusaders going to have to punt the football away and try to trust their defense to get a stop.
Vanderwall to punt. He backs to his 16-yard line. It is Ethan Aberger, the senior, had the TD grab on the screen earlier, backing to his own 30 to return it here for Holland Christian. Big lanky Vanderwall gets a high snap with a bit of a jump, settles it down, right leg through the football. High, tumbling, twisting punt right up the middle of the field, taken at the 24-yard line. Aberger tries to turn it upfield, but loses his footing, slips, and puts the right knee on the turf, and Holland Christian will start just inside their own 25-yard line, but so far, that has not mattered for this offense. We're already a couple drives in, but here's our first look at Chandler's chalkboard of the game, and I guess we have a little bit of an answer already. We know what these attacks are going to be. You see it up on your screen, and so far, it has been big time advantage Holland Christian offense, Chandler.
Yeah, it sure has. It's a unique matchup. The Holland Christian team, of course, we talked about their offense spreading it out, throwing the football around quite a bit, and the Unity Christian defense traditionally built in the 4-3 a little bit more, trying to stop the run game, so going to be stretched out here, going to some different packages, trying to play some coverage, and so far it's been attacked.
Yeah, they went 3 down front, 1 standing edge rush right here. Hoekstra over the right side, chops it up to the outside of the line, just got his feet taken out from under him at the 28-yard line and falls ahead to the 30. Joey Drowell, the junior, ranging to help make that stop on the outside. Beg your pardon, that was DeVries ranging to help make that stop along with Vanderswag. And Holland Christian gets 6 on first down. The mark will be the 31-yard line as Boyce is back in from the sideline. All white uniforms for Holland Christian, numbers in maroon. They go back to this heavy set right here. No running backs, but a pair of tight ends in for Holland Christian. One of those tight ends, Confara, will work off the left hip. They go 4 wide set otherwise. Confara going out wide to the left in motion. They throw it to on the screen. Caught 29-yard line. Made a man miss over the 30. Slips down to the 35. Put the ball on the floor. Unity Christian now saying that they have it. Waiting for the official signal. And it looks like they're going to say the ball was already down. It will not be UC ball, but Holland Christian working quickly. 3rd down and 4. Quickly to the line of scrimmage. Quarterback power run. Right side, Boyce. Shut down. Line of scrimmage. Turns his back through the tackle. Drags it to the 39-yard line. That'll move the chains. 4 minutes to go. HC going up-tempo right there, Chandler. Interesting look. They had the power set kind of already on, and they're able to use the quarterback power to the right side to get exactly what they needed. The mark will be the 38-yard line, but they still have enough regardless to move the chains. HC working with a lot of pace, and again, they go tight 4-wide set with a couple of stacks of receivers about a yard off either side of the line of scrimmage. Boyce here's the snap, throws over the middle, caught Mishmerheisen 39 or 44-yard line, gets twisted down by Vanderswag right away for a gain of 6 as they run the quick little curl route to the big tight end right there over the middle. 3.5 to go, gain of 6, 2nd and 4 coming up for Holland Christian, who already lead it by a couple of scores.
Yeah, offense has been working so far here tonight. They've done a nice job getting their multiple receivers involved. There've been a lot of Aberger and Bruxford on the first couple drives. Now completion to Confaro and Mitchmerheisen as well, getting the tight ends involved.
From the 45-yard line, 2nd and 3, they'll spread them 5 wide. Empty backfield, 3 down set for Unity Christian. High snap, it'll be a quarterback run from Boyce. Big speed over the 50, down to the 45-yard line, and gets brought down by Vancouvering to Vandergoot and a couple more Crusaders to the opposing 45. That'll move the chains. Boyce has got a lot of speed as well. No wonder this is a kid that already has a Dort and a Calvin football offer. He's a baseball all-area player, hyper athletic, and we've seen it with the arm and the legs so far. You really kind of look at this Holland Christian attack offensively, and you almost wonder how they haven't scored more and haven't won more games just based on the one game we've seen so far.
Yeah, the offense has looked very good so far. It looks unstoppable right now. The mix of the quick passing and then they hit you with a quarterback run like that can be very difficult to try to stop.
Confara, the tight end, moves from the right to the left side. They go 5 wide set right here. Empty backfield. Drop to pass. Off a chest-high snap. Boyce fires right side. Caught along the out-of-bounds line by Mishmerheisen. Sidesteps the defender. Races over the 35. Got the 30. And gets tackled out of bounds. Shy of the 25 to the 27-yard line. That will move the chains again. The big guy, Mishmerheisen, makes a move along the out-of-bounds line and then moves it for 15 more yards. Holland Christian runs it up to the line of scrimmage. Trio of receivers tight to the line left side. The quarterback power run it left side over the 25 down to the 24-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and about 6 for Holland Christian. Officially 2nd and 7. They give him the 24-yard line.
I think the Maroons can sense the Unity Christian defense reeling just a little bit. It's been a rough start for them early on and starting to go a little bit more to that up-tempo, get a big play, and suddenly quick back up to the line, try to add on to what's already been an impressive night in the first quarter from the Maroons offense.
A very surprising game. I think a game that each of us probably would have handicapped as Unity Christian maybe being the favorite, especially considering their playoff positioning coming into this game, but a Unity Christian team that is coming off a big loss last week to Allendale, reeling a little bit in general. Holland Christian brings Hoekstra back in. They go 4 wide receiver set from the gun. Chest-high snap. Boyce drop to pass. Throws. Caught. 18-yard line by Aberger. Blown up right away after he makes the grab, and it'll be up around the chains. They won't quite move them, though, as the mark's going to be the 19-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 2 right here. Aberger blown up right away by DeHoop. 3rd and 2 from the 19 for Holland Christian. Inside the red zone once again, already 14-0 HC. A chance to have a 3-touchdown lead by the end of the first quarter for the Maroons. Boyce in with the call. First-year head coach Dave Aberger looking on. His son with the TD grab, who's in the right slot. 5 wide set with the running back motioned out into the left slot. Thrown on the screen, caught 15-yard line by Aberger. Blows by a defender with a stiff arm at the 10. Angles right at the 5. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Holland Christian. The Maroons lead at 20-0 with 44 seconds to go in the first quarter. A stunner early here at Jenison as Unity Christian is reeling and watching their playoff chances evaporate right away.
Yeah, Holland Christian, the offense, coming out here on fire, pushing all the right buttons. They look like they're the team that has more to play for early on, able to drive right down the field once again. Another little quick pass out to the flat, and Aberger making it happen from there.
HC able to add the extra point as well from Van Heist and make it 21-0. Thanks again to Centennial Securities and Farmers Insurance, presenting sponsors of Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio, and this, the MGN Game of the Week, which we chose to make this the MGN Game of the Week because of the playoff positioning going on in this one. Of course, normally on the Granville call, see the Bulldogs up 16-0 over Jenison early in that one, so that one's going how we expected to some extent as well. But this one, Chandler, just simply is not. I expected a lot of things in this game. I don't know if I would have expected. And it's actually, by the way, looks like Van Heist, did he miss the extra point? They didn't put it up on the board. Oh, Holland Christian is signaling to the scoreboard.
We're not going crazy.
We're not going crazy. So the extra point, it's week 9, folks. It's the end of the season. We are going crazy by this point in time, but just not on this. So it is 21-0 Holland Christian. There are 44 seconds left, and HC will get ready to send this one away. Now, Van Heist, left to right across the radio dial, sends a low dribbler, taken in at the 12-yard line by Vancouvering, who muffs it again, regathers the football, takes it over the 15-yard line, and drives a pile to the 21. And that is where they will get ready to start. By the way, that was actually Steenstra. Check that, not Vancouvering. That one was squibbed up too. So Steenstra, with a powerful take through a couple of defenders, gets it up to the 22, will be the official mark. And now down 21-0. There it is, 21-0. It will be Unity Christian taking back over, as now this T offense, which we know they work quickly, they can put points up, but they are in a hole that you don't want to be in if you're Coach Tibby.
Yeah, tough spot. They've had to trust their defense quite a bit early on. A defense that's had their struggles throughout the course of the season. Now, 21-point deficit. You need your offense to come up with something here.
2 tight end T, DeHoop under center. HC loads up 4 on the front line, 2 standing edge rushers. Misdirection in the backfield, a quarterback keeper right side around right edge for DeHoop. Turns the corner up to the 24-yard line and gets upended off the end there after a gain of 2 or 3 yards. And some whistles down. It looks like an injured Crusader on the line of scrimmage is also down, so they'll have to get that checked out. We'll wait for confirmation officially on who that may be as the training staff is out there. Both teams back to their sidelines. Officially a gain of 2 as it'll be marked to the 24-yard line. Clock stopped with 23 seconds to go in the first. And, I mean, this Unity Christian team, it's defensively out of sync from what we expect. And, again, this is the first time we have seen Unity Christian since their state championship near run a couple years ago. But the defense has been a little bit out of sync. The offense also has just not quite been clicking. By the way, that was Vanderwall on the injury. He's up and walking off and shaking things off, but they'll lose Vanderwall for at least this play. 23 seconds to go, first quarter. 21-0. Holland Christian, Unity Christian the ball, 2nd and 8 from their own 24-yard line. DeHoop, backup quarterback this year with James Carroll, the senior, out while rolling from the sideline. They do like DeHoop as a future quarterback for this system. Very athletic kid, throws a good ball as well. He's going to have to lead a big-time comeback, down 3 touchdowns already. DeHoop give up the middle to the fullback Trappin Vandergoot. He put the ball on the turf again. Holland Christian came up with the football saying they have it. I'll wait for the official referee call. They do have it. Holland Christian takes the football on the fumble, and HC, as we have zeros across the first quarter scoreboard, have taken it back over. 21-0, a stunner here at Jenison. We'll be right back.
What would you do with some extra time? Shop Fastlane today.
Somebody once said life moves pretty fast, and that's exactly how we like it. Want to build something? Great. Start businesses, build bridges, raise a whole city. Future in fighting crime? Want to save lives? Do it all here. But you've got to go forward fast. Because today is now, and tomorrow is soon. And to get ahead of the game, you got to get ahead of your time. This is your future, so take it and move all of us forward.
Welcome back, MGN Game of the Week. 21-0 Holland Christian. After one and after another fumble, they have the ball back. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer. We, the second quarter on Michigan Sports Radio, is brought to you by Michigan ENT and Allergy Specialists. Their physicians specialize in allergy treatments, helping you find relief to get back in the game. Boyce puts Hoekstra out into the left slot, empty backfield, snap low at the knees. Boyce settles it down with time, throws over the middle, caught by Aberger on the crossing route, 17-yard line, and he'll turn it upfield right there, but Vancouvering twists down his legs, gain of about 5 yards on first down. Actually, it'll be a gain of 8 yards on first down as they give them a little bit extra forward progress, falling forward. 11:40 and less to go. 2nd and 2 from the 18-yard line right here for Holland Christian. They spread them 4 wide again, ball in between the hashes. Tailback, Hoekstra, offset left hip of Boyce. Snap to the senior off the clap. Quick throw left side, caught Aberger. Whole bunch of space. He's got the 10, cut move down to the 8, and gets upended by Deng down to the 5-yard line. 1st and goal, Holland Christian.
Aberger getting the football quite a bit early on. That's his 6th catch already. Over 60 receiving yards, and just continue to get the ball in his hands quickly.
Here's an offer on the table from D3 Wheaton. Does Aberger. Evan, 11:20 and less to go. Here's a snap to Boyd. Low at the knee. Settles it down. Throws. Deep. Right corner. Looking for the end zone. Jump ball grab. Mishmerheisen rips it away from the cornerback. Touchdown, Holland Christian. Threw it up for the big 6'7" tight end. Mishmerheisen rips it away from a pair of defenders that were dragging on him. And HC leads it 27-0 with less than a minute gone in the second quarter.
Yeah, just perfectly thrown ball there from Boyce. Put it up high where Mishmerheisen could reach up and get it. The coverage not bad from the corner on that side. He was right there, but the height of Mishmerheisen being able to go up and get that jump ball. Corner never got his head around, and another touchdown for the Maroons.
High snap will settle down, and Van Heist was able to knock down another extra point. 28-0 Holland Christian. Early second quarter. We'll be right back.
The 76 Diner and Truck Stop would like to invite you and your families to come and check out their diner. With locations in both Byron Center and Coopersville, they're a great place to stop before or after the game. They have a wide variety of menu choices to feed all the kids. They serve breakfast hot all day, and they're able to accommodate all of your large group needs. Their full menu is available for takeout orders, and they have online ordering at 76truckstopdiner.com.
Founded in 1969, J&H Family Stores has grown from a single tank truck to over 50 convenience store locations in West Michigan. Our locations offer a variety of fuel options ranging from Exxon, Mobil, Marathon, and Citgo. At many of our stores, you'll also be pleased to find a Tim Hortons or Subway. Find the location near you by visiting myjhfamilystores.com. There's one in your neighborhood.
All right, welcome back here to Jenison. A shocker for the MGN Game of the Week. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer with you. 28-0. Holland Christian leading Unity Christian right now in this one. It's just truly been shocking so far, CT.
Yeah, it's been completely different first halves for either offense. The Maroons well over 200 yards, 4 touchdowns as well, and the Unity Christian offense 9 yards total, including a turnover, a fumble, and then also a turnover on special teams.
Yeah, and Eli Boyce certainly leading the way offensively, been thrown all over the yard. He has helped create all those touchdown attempts. DeHoop goes under center for Unity Christian off the kick through the back of the end zone, starting at their own 20-yard line, give up the middle on the fullback dive. That is taken to the 25-yard line by Steenstra, as he's got 6 officially to the 26-yard line. Unity Christian working quickly on 26-yard line, 2nd and 4. Under center. Goes to Hoop, fake handoff, throws right flat, caught 28-yard line, rumbling over the 30 is Vancouvering, and he's upended for a first down to the 39 or 31-yard line. So for the first time today, Holland Christian unable to stop the UC offense from getting a first down, and UC is a little bit on the move right here. Viss, Vancouvering, and Steenstra in the backfield behind the turning handoff from DeHoop. This one is taken over left guard by a charging Steenstra. He's got it to the 36-yard line for a gain of 5 on first down. So Unity offense starting to plug how we kind of expect them to right now, Chandler, but they do so now down 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, it's going to really need a drive set every time they've been on the field that they need it, but now, once again, just for the first time all night, need to sustain a drive of some sort.
Out of the wing tee, give up the middle to a charging trap play. Cam Vrujink, the senior's got it over the 40, down to the 42-yard line, where he takes a big hit from Mishmerheisen and company. It'll be just enough to move the chains officially to the 43-yard line. First down, Unity, and they're working quickly again. Back to a 2 tight end tee. DeHoop under center. Turn, give, on to Viss, he's got it over the 50, cuts by a defender to the 48-yard line and falls down to the tackling power to the 46. Tackle made by Evan Aberger. Another first down for Unity. Now this offense starting to roll CT and roll with a lot of pace as well, as they have to. Two tight end T, quickly under center to Hoop, turn, give on to Steenstra, is taken over left guard. He'll charge it over the 45 down to the 43-yard line. Good run by the big, powerful right running back Steenstra. 9.5 to go second quarter, 28-0 Holland Christian. And for the first time in this game, UC's offense is moving a little bit right here. To Hoop under center. Changing things up, they motion to a wing T, give up the middle to Vrujink, and he's got it just shy of the 40 to the 41-yard line. They'll actually give him the 40 on the forward progress, and it'll be a 3rd and medium coming up right here. 3rd and 4 for Unity Christian. Back to a two tight end T. DeHoop under center. DeHoop, give on to Viss. Cut move. Got it over the 35-yard line and upended to the 34, but he'll have just enough to move the chains. Big tackle off the edge right there. Made, I believe, by Ethan Aberger coming in to upend the charging Viss, but a good run right there, CT, by Viss to cut and move the chains. Back to the two tight end T. Again, they're working so quickly out of this T offense. Give over right guard to Viss. Jump by a defender. Sprinting the open field to the 20. Cutting by a man inside the 15. Backs down to the 12. First down, Unity Christian. Nolan Viss carrying the mail inside the 15-yard line.
Yeah, Viss starting to get it going. A couple bigger runs now for the Unity Christian attack. Able to get to the second level and break some tackles.
From the 14-yard line, they'll mark his knee officially down. Holland Christian wants a timeout to settle things down to their defense a little bit here, and they will get that timeout. 8:21 to go. We'll stay with you through the timeout, so we've got a chance to kind of catch our breaths and break some things down. First time today we've seen this Unity offense going, and it reminds me exactly of how this Unity offense has worked in the past, Chandler, except somehow maybe even a little bit faster than usual, already down 4 scores, but it's a tall task for them, even with the way Nolan Viss is running right now.
Yeah, I think the tempo has been much more out of necessity than in the past when it's been trying to use that as an attack and get the defense on their heels. Kind of still the same idea, but this is just because down 4 scores, even though you're sticking to the run game, which is the strength of this offense, you need to move pretty quickly in order to try to get a score or two and get yourself back in the game before halftime.
What a game it has been for Eli Boyce and this Holland Christian offense. Boyce with 4 passing touchdowns already in this one, and it was a 3-touchdown game at the end of the first quarter. Unity Christian's thrown in a couple of fumbles to help exacerbate things that much more. 1st and 10 from the Holland Christian 14-yard line. Unity Christian will bring Steenstra to the right wing, operate out of the wing T. Under center, goes to Hoop. Fake handoff, rolling right to pass. Throws to the end zone. Leaping grab made. Touchdown. Hugo Vanderwall on the grab, and Unity Christian on the board. 8:16 to go in the second quarter. The lanky tight end got open. A bit of a leap, able to settle down a nice throw from DeHoop. And finally, the Crusaders break the ice 28-6.
Able to get a drive down the field for the first time all night. And once they get the run game going, Viss a couple bigger runs, then the play action game off of that. In the red zone, able to get your big tight end open in the end zone and throw the ball up to him.
9-7, by the way, East Kentwood leading West Ottawa in a winner-take-all playoff contest in the OK Red that also is on the Michigan Sports Radio Network tonight. 8:16 to go. Unity Christian will go for 2 right here. Vancouvering strides out at fullback directly behind DeHoop, who aligns under center. 2 tight end look. Turn and a give to Viss. Big hole over right guard. 2 hands on the ball. Rumbles into the end zone. 2-point conversion good. 28-8. Unity Christian has gotten within 20 now at least as they finally get some points and a 2-point conversion on the board. We will be right back here from Jenison.
Royal is fun. Royal is teamwork. Royal is growth. Royal is innovative. Royal is we are Royal.
This is the pizza the the other guys wish they could make. Keep dreaming. Jets, better, because it has to be.
Kroll Furnace is upgrading your comfort with the Daikin Fit system, featuring adaptive heating and cooling. Call us today to learn more about this innovative system. Kroll Furnace, keeping you comfortable for 4 generations.
Welcome back to Jenison. Onside kick, tumbling over the 50, and is settled down by the Maroons in plus territory. As diving on that ball was Bryson Overway, the senior edge rusher, able to give possession back to the red-hot Holland Christian offense. Again, tonight, Chandler's chalkboard, not that it matters. The playoff picture tonight, you can see what this game meant, CT, and that's that much more of the shock of why this game has gone, or how this game has gone the way it has.
Yeah, Unity Christian, the team that more than likely win, and they're in, and you think they'd be motivated for this one, but they've came out a little flat. Holland Christian, the team playing with some fire early on.
From the plus 47-yard line, Boyce goes empty backfield, motions Mishmerheisen over center, and will take the snap at the chest, run it straight up the middle on a quarterback draw, up to the 41-yard line for a gain of about 6 on first down. So they motion over Luke Mishmerheisen as a lead blocker, and the big guy who caught the TD last time down the field on a nice acrobatic snagging grab, able to help lead the way for a gain of 6 for Eli Boyce, the senior, who's been so terrific with 4 touchdowns already in this one for number 6. I think he may be working on 6 touchdowns by the end of this one. From the 41-yard line, 2nd and 4 for Holland Christian. They go split back shotgun formation, 3 wide receivers, 3 down front for Unity. Give to Hoekstra over the left side, has a hole, cuts it up down to the 35 and turns his back down to the 33-yard line for a chain-moving first down run right there, but a penalty marker is down, and it looks like there may be a hold to bring this one back.
Yeah, thrown from the back judge there down the field. Looked like a hold down the field, not at the line of scrimmage. One of the receivers trying to get a block in the middle of the field, get some extra yardage for the running back, Hoekstra, and ended up in a hold, so that one's going to come back.
That is exactly the call. So the ball is going to come back around the original line of scrimmage. Looks like it'll be about a 2nd and 8 here from the 45-yard line. That's exactly what it'll be. 2nd and 8 from the Unity Christian 45-yard line. 28-8 Holland Christian. They led this one 28-0 off the start. 4 wide receivers set. Ball in between the hash marks. Tailback Hoekstra. Offset to the right hip of Boyce. Low snap to Boyce. Sells it down. Screenplay. Thrown. Caught left side by Aberger. Turns it up the middle over the 40. Down to the 36-yard line where he is upended hard from behind by Nolan Viss, who will be in on almost every tackle and has been already all night long for Unity Christian every time it goes over the middle. And that was on the marker, just enough to move the chains. It is 1st and 10. They gave him the 37-yard line, and Holland Christian moves the chains again on that nice screenplay, which the screens have been so effective. They'll break it out and work quickly. All white traveling uniform. Ball in between the hash mark. 3 wide receiver. Trips left from the gun for Boyce. The big 6'3 senior stands tall. Snap of the chest. Fakes the screen pass left. Now looking downfield. He'll tuck it. He'll run. Over the 35. Cut move. Diving into the power to the 30. As he's got it for about 5 yards on first down. But there is a penalty marker behind the play. It's another hold. And this one's coming way back this time.
Yeah, this hold thrown right near the line of scrimmage. The offensive line, as the pass play developing down the field, Boyce, the big hole open on the left side, right where that hold allowed for him to find room to run up the field.
Couple potentially costly penalties. The first one wasn't. This one more likely could be, as this ball is going to come outside the 45-yard line, back to the 48, and make it 1st and forever right here, as that hold was in the backfield. Even 6.5 to go. 28-8 Holland Christian over Unity Christian. 1st and a mile. 1st and 20 will be the official mark. They go 4 wide set. Mishmerheisen, the tight end, split out to the left side of the line right here. Single isolated man. To the right is Bruxford. In the backfield is Confara, the tight end. He'll run in motion out to the 50, and on the snap take a screen pass that he'll dive ahead to the 45-yard line. On the forward progress, they'll give him the 44 for a gain of 3. It's 2nd and 17. A lot of motion, a lot of different looks out of a pretty dynamic Holland Christian offense, really, on the whole.
Yeah, they've been able to run a lot of different variations out of their formations that kept the Unity Christian defense with their eyes in the backfield, trying to figure out and keep up to speed on what's going on. Second catch for Confara out of the backfield.
Unity, their defense spread out. Confara will get motion back into the backfield. Now motions back out into the right slot. Empty backfield for Boyce, facing up against a 3-down front. Snap at the numbers. Boyce looking, throws deep over the middle. Leaping grab made through a big hit by Bruxford down to the 25 to move the chains. Bruxford, the junior's been on a couple good grabs. That was a leaping grab through contact. Chain move around the crossing pattern. First down HC to the 23-yard line.
Yeah, seam right down the middle of the field. Bruxford, that's when you know when you're going up for the football, you're going to take a hit to safety over the top, and he had one delivered right into the chest, but able to, with strong hands, hold on to that football.
4 wide set. Trips go to the left. Hoekstra back in the backfield, motions to the left hip of Boyce. Here's a clap and a snap. Boyce fires a high pass, caught twisting inside the 20-yard line by Bruxford. He'll get shoestring down to the 19-yard line. DeHoop on the tackle. 2nd down and 6 right here up to the 19-yard line for HC.
Holland Christian continues to find the right mix of throws down the field and then short. They've thrown a lot of flat routes and screen passes to Aberger, Bruxford, occasionally across the middle of the field, but they're just a short hitch route, able to hit him. Nice quick throw. Been able to mix up their levels down the field pretty well.
They go split backs. Mishmerheisen into the backfield. Here's the snap, but penalty markers down all over the place, and a false start coming up against Holland Christian. 4:17 to go, second quarter. A 2nd and 11 for the Maroons on its way. They lead it 28-8 and are again moving it down the field and taking some time off the clock too, despite what is a pass-happy attack for them. They certainly have been able to get some speed and space and get things working. In particular, though, I like this look when they bring Mishmerheisen into the backfield, which they'll do once again. He goes off the left hip of Boyce. It's Hoekstra, the speedy 2-time All-State track and field runner, off the right hip. They give it to Hoekstra, running over the left side. Mishmerheisen, the leading blocker. Things got blown up in the backfield, and Hoekstra forced to dive ahead to the 22-yard line for a gain of a couple, and Unity Christian will call a timeout with 3:51 remaining in the second quarter. So a chance here maybe for Unity Christian to try to get something sorted, maybe get themselves a stop with a 3rd and 10 coming up for Holland Christian right here. Again, Farmers Insurance, Centennial Securities, presenting sponsors of Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio. We'll be hearing from them throughout the evening. We thank them for their support of everything we do. That includes the live broadcast, the Tailgate Report podcast that you can find on our YouTube page, where some of you might be tuned in tonight. I mean, if you're watching through Michigan Sports Radio, of course, you can check out all the other games there, but maybe if you have a big screen like the Cast or maybe the app on your TV through YouTube, really effective way to be able to put it up on the big screen, even though we just have the enhanced radio coverage here this evening. It'll be 3rd and 10 for Holland Christian out of the timeout. The Maroons lead at 28-8 over Unity Christian. 3:51 to go, second quarter, and they'll break it out again, going with the split back shotgun formation. This time it's Aberger in off the left hip, Hoekstra in off the right hip. From the gun, it's Boyce. Here's the snap of the knees. Drop to pass. He'll, with pressure coming, tuck it down, look to run. Stiff arm. Kurt turns the corner outside the numbers at the 20. He's got the 15. He's going to be up around the first down marker, and he'll have it on the number. First down, Holland Christian. What a run by Eli Boyce to somehow move the change with a stiff arm, a shimmy, and a first.
Boyce has been doing it all here in the first half. He's got almost 200 passing yards, the 4 touchdowns. Also been very effective on the ground for the Maroons. 8 carries for 57 yards there, picking up a crucial 3rd down again. Gets him down inside the red zone and chance to add on before halftime.
3:43 to go. Clock stopped. They give him the 11-yard line fully right there. 1st and 10. Holland Christian runs it out. 4 wide set, 2 to either side. From the gun, Boyce. Hoekstra offset behind him to the left hip. They give it to Hoekstra, running up the middle. Big jump cut move at the 10. Burst of speed inside the 5. Diving for the end zone. Touchdown, Holland Christian. Hoekstra with a burst of speed into the end zone. It's 34-8 Maroons. 3.5 to go. Unbelievable.
Yeah, the Maroons have been striking through the air. Their first 4 touchdowns, all passing. Now Hoekstra getting involved in the run game. Looked like an inside zone run that Hoekstra with his vision is able to bounce it to the outside, and that quick speed, able to get around and turn the edge before the Crusaders could get there.
Van Heis, right leg through the ball, sends it over top of the uprights again. 35-8 Holland Christian continues to stay all over Unity with their performance of the year. Again, it's going to be tough for Holland Christian regardless to be able to make the playoffs with the way things are setting up, but this team could not have any more momentum if they do have a lot of things break right and be able to make it in. We'll be right back here from Jenison.
Can you name the 10 winners of the Nobel Peace Prize or the last 5 Miss Americas? The point is the applause dies and the achievements are forgotten. But can you name 3 friends who helped you through tough times or teachers who encouraged you in school? We remember those who make a difference in our lives. I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities. What matters to us are the personal relationships we have with our clients, helping them build a secure financial future. As a Centennial Securities customer, you know what I mean. If you're not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FINRA.
And welcome back. Steenstra takes the ball straddling the end zone with some momentum going the wrong way, has it over the 5-yard line, runs into a pile to the 9, and Unity Christian will have to start inside their own 10-yard line. There is a Crusader down on the field, and I think it's Steenstra at the bottom of that tackling pile having some issues. So that's one more loss injury-wise for Unity Christian they're going to have to deal with. Of course, without Carroll, of course, a lot of stories around Jake Chapman, their terrific junior tight end who had some really scary health stuff that we're really, really glad that there were some prayers answered that he was able to make it out of it. Seems at least okay, for the time being, and we certainly hope all the best to him being able to get back onto some sports venue fields, I think, in the future as well. But right now, both teams kneeled around their coaching staffs as the training staff has taken a look at the junior Isaac Steenstra for a Unity Christian team that already a little battered and a little shell-shocked right now, Chandler. 3.5 to go, 35-8. We just set off the air. I don't understand how this Holland Christian team doesn't have 7 wins. With what this offense can do, and we know there have been some defensive struggles for Unity Christian this year. That's been kind of well talked about, I think, with this team throughout the year compared to what we sometimes expect from them as Steenstra continues to get looked at right here by some of the training staff. But this offense for Holland Christian, the defense obviously has stood up pretty well as well, but the offense for Holland Christian, it's varied. They find a lot of ways to beat you. They get a lot of dangerous guys in space. They've been very, very impressive.
Yeah, they sure have. I think they've been able to really rely on their offense, of course, right away getting the football, driving down the field, setting the tone early on with a touchdown drive to open up the game has just really helped them out, and then they've been rolling ever since. But a really unique mix of playmakers that they've been able to utilize and really have everything clicking here tonight. When you've got a quarterback that's got some size, bigger, can stand in the pocket, deliver the football, when you've got multiple receiver sets out there, got big tight end that you can throw the football to in the red zone and across the middle of the field, and then some speedy receivers in Aber and Bruxford, Mitch Merheisen as well when he's lined up out wide that you can throw the football too short. So they've really got the complete attack, and it's been working here. It is very surprising that this team hasn't had more success in terms of wins throughout the first 8 weeks of the season the way they're playing right now.
All right, we are going to step aside right now. Looks like a potentially semi-serious injury with Steenstra, who still is laid out around the 10-yard line at the bottom of the pile right here. The training staff going to work a little bit, and I see Jeff Engbers, the terrific AD here at Unity Christian, running off the field as well. So potentially somewhat serious injury situation for a Unity Christian team that certainly has unfortunately had to deal with their share of those already this year for Steenstra down on the field. So we're going to quick step aside, and when we have a little bit more, hopefully, information, and hopefully Isaac will be able to get off okay here, we'll be right back.
There's something for everyone on Pizza Ranch's legendary buffet. Our pizza buffet features hot, cheesy goodness, slice after slice after slice. Try our signature pizzas or request your favorite combination with our Buffet Your Way option, and you'll get the first piece. With endless possibilities, you're sure to find your ranch favorites. Everyone will agree that cactus bread is the perfect dessert to end your meal. For legendary food that everyone loves, there's so much to love at Pizza Ranch.
167 horsepower, candy red, 8 cylinders of freedom. And to think, he only let me drive it once. I've never considered myself to be a lucky man. That would be Dad. He didn't know a thing about cars, couldn't tell a hatchback from a quarterback. But somehow his just kept going, and going, and going, and going. Turns out Dad wasn't lucky. He just knew where to look.
Royal is fun. Royal is teamwork. Royal is growth. Royal is innovative. Royal is we are Royal.
This is the pizza the other guys wish they could make. Keep dreaming. Jets. Better, because it has to be.
Kroll Furnace is upgrading your comfort with the Daikin Fit system, featuring adaptive heating and cooling. Call us today to learn more about this innovative system. Kroll Furnace, keeping you comfortable for 4 generations.
Continuing to work through this injury situation here at Unity Christian, I see the stretcher and the backboard has been brought out on the field, so they're going to continue to work here. And of course, you're just going to take all the precautions in the world if you ever have any sort of potential neck or back pain with players to make sure that you go through the correct procedures in that regard. So we're going to step aside again and be right back here in a second with more information from Unity Christian. 35-0, the HC lead.
Can you identify your number one personal trait? The thing that you do better than most others? If not, this may be a good time to think this through. If you're really good at writing, then why use the phone? If you're great on the phone, why use email? If you have exceptional human relation skills, why sit back and let others lead? I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities Company. Playing to our strengths is something we do very well at Centennial. And if you're already a customer, you know what I mean. If not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FIN.
Hey everyone, Nate Dreyer from MGN, and MGN merch now available for purchase, and we have got a ton of options. Here's where you find the new MGN shop. Go to MichiganGameNight.com. Many of you have probably been there before. Click on the shop merch tab. Many of you have probably been to the MGN page on Michigan Sports Radio. Click on the Buy MGN merch tab. It'll take you here. We've partnered with Teespring, neat company that allows for us to have a lot of different shirt designs. They'll print them, they'll make them, they'll ship them out to you. So a neat way that allows us to have a lot of offerings. We've got a ton of really cool t-shirts, hats, snapback, dad hats, beanie hats, water bottles, more t-shirts, more sweatshirts, just a ton of options. Really, just a ton of options that you're going to be able to look through and find exactly what you may want. We've done what we can, like I said, with Teespring to try to stack this thing. We'll have plenty more options that we'll put up on social media, but make sure you check it out.
Royal is fun. Royal is teamwork. Royal is growth. Royal is innovative. Royal is we are Royal.
This is the pizza the other guys wish they could make. Keep dreaming. Jets. Better, because it has to be.
Kroll Furnace is upgrading your comfort with the Deck and Fit system, featuring adaptive heating and cooling. Call us today to learn more about this innovative system. Kroll Furnace, keeping you comfortable for 4 generations.
Can you identify your number one personal trait? The thing that you do better than most others? If not, this may be a good time to think this through. If you're really good at writing, then why use the phone? If you're great on the phone, why use email? If you have exceptional human relation skills, why sit back and let others lead? I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities Company. Playing to our strengths is something we do very well at Centennial. And if you're already a customer, you know what I mean. If not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FINRA.
There's something for everyone on Pizza Ranch's legendary buffet. Our pizza buffet features hot, cheesy goodness, slice after slice after slice. Try our signature pizzas or request your favorite combination with our Buffet Your Way option, and you'll get the first piece. With endless possibilities, you're sure to find your ranch favorites. Everyone will agree that cactus bread is the perfect dessert to end your meal. For legendary food that everyone loves, there's so much to love at Pizza Ranch.
167 horsepower, candy red, 8 cylinders of freedom. And to think, he only let me drive it once. I've never considered myself to be a lucky man. That would be Dad. He didn't know a thing about cars, couldn't tell a hatchback from a quarterback. But somehow his just kept going, and going, and going, and going. Turns out Dad wasn't lucky. He just knew where to look.
All right, welcome back to Unity Christian. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer, injured Unity Christian player. Again, at the bottom of the pile, we believe it was Isaac Steenstra, the junior return man there for Unity Christian. Now, both teams are going to have a word around their coaches, but he's been wheeled off on the stretcher. They're able to get him on the backboard, strap him in, all the normal procedures. So both teams will kind of get warmed up and get ready to come back on the field right now. But again, a kind of scary situation. Again, we believe it's the junior Isaac Steenstra. We don't have 100% confirmation, but he was the return man at the bottom of that tackling pile that went down, and that injury occurred too. So now Unity Christian will be forced to start from inside their own 10-yard line. And yeah, no, Steenstra is part of this unit. Looks like it is Isaac Steenstra, the junior. We can say off on the backboard, on the stretcher. They were able to get him with all the precaution in the world, of course, as you have to do off the field in Unity Christian, down 35-8 with 3.5 to go in the second quarter. Chandler, I can't even imagine how difficult it is for Coach Tibby to try to get his team, ready to come back out right now in this sort of moment.
Yeah, very difficult situation. Already down in the game, and then you lose a teammate like that. It can be hard to try to focus after a situation like that.
Turning a give to Viss. He'll push the pile over the 15 down to the 17-yard line. Luke Bushouse, the senior, on the tackle for Holland Christian. 3:17 to go, a gain of 5. The mark will be the 15-yard line officially, and UC will go back to work quickly right here. Turning a give over the 20-yard line, charging on ahead. This time with Jared DeVries, the sophomore, who's filling in Steenstra's position. He will move the chains to the 22-yard line, and they'll keep it moving quickly right here. Under 3 minutes to go, 35-8, Unity Christian in the second quarter. DeHoop, give to Viss, up the middle, 2 hands on the ball, pushes the pile over the 30, down to the 31-yard line. Again, Bushouse, the tackle to the 31, nearly a chain mover for 8. Almost 9 yards on first down there for the charging Nolan Viss, who certainly has been the bright spot for this Unity Christian offense. They'll officially give him 8 yards, 2nd and 2, 31-yard line. 3 down front for Holland Christian. They crowd in with 2 high safeties. Turning a fake give to Viss. Rolling right to pass is DeHoop, and he has 4 white uniforms in his face immediately. And down he goes in the backfield. Bryson Overway, the sack from the senior edge rusher. 3rd down and 10, right back to the original line of scrimmage at the 23-yard line.
Yeah, DeHoop trying to execute that play action and look downfield, but as soon as he had faked the football to his running back, immediately pressure from multiple angles from the Maroons' defensive line.
All angles.
Yeah, never had a chance for DeHoop there, just straight backwards, and it was brought down.
Back to the two tight end T, 3rd and 10. DeHoop under center. Holland Christian showing some pressure right here again. The junior give on to a charging DeVries. 2 hands on the ball. Lowers the head over the 30, down to the 33-yard line. He'll move the chains. Good charging run from the sophomore right there, DeVries, to move the chain. Such a young Unity Christian team is one of the main talking points, and they kind of have their future at quarterback with DeHoop playing tonight. 2 tight end look. They go from the 35-yard line on the forward progress. DeHoop turns, give on to DeVries over left guard is fake. Quarterback keeper sweeping around the outside past the 40, down to the 43, and diving ahead to the 44-yard line. Tackle made by Mishmerheisen. It'll nearly be a first down. It's a 2nd and 1 coming up from the 44-yard line. 1:13 to go, second quarter. 35-8 Holland Christian. DeHoop. Pitch, left side. Vancouvering has the first. Stutter step down to the 48-yard line. They move the chains. The clock goes to 1:03. It'll get marked to the 47-yard line. 2 tight end T. Left hash mark from their own 47. Now make it 48-yard line. Under center, DeHoop. Give to Vancouver, or to Viss. Big speed up the middle. Cut move over the 40. Angles left sideline to the 30. Stutter step past one defender. Ducks the head inside the 20 and spins down to the 19-yard line. What a run by Viss. And it looks like he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock at the end of it as well. He's got a lot of speed when the junior breaks in the open field.
Yeah, biggest play of the night for the Crusaders offense. Big run. Able to get them down just inside the red zone. Clock going to be stopped. It looks like Unity taking a timeout, trying to execute their offense here in the red zone, try to add on a score before halftime.
They didn't quite get out, but they are able to stop the clock with their second timeout of the half. 41 seconds to go. 19-yard line for Holland, or for Unity Christian in the red zone. Down 35-8, and certainly they need this score if they're going to have any chance to try to get some second half momentum going. They will get the ball to start the second half in this one after Holland Christian quickly was able to drive and score to open up the ball game. But a needed score right here. You got 41 seconds, and Unity going to have to find their way in the end zone, you'd have to say.
Yeah, definitely need every opportunity. Going to need to try to come away with a touchdown at this point in order to get themselves back in it. Just going to have a couple opportunities, still one timeout left, so they can run the football here and still be able to stop the clock.
Vancouver in the middle of Viss and DeVries. This is Viss over right guard with 2 hands on the ball, drives into the pile and pushes down for 2 yards to the 17-yard line. Quickly back to work, under 30 seconds to go. 2nd down and 8. Snap to DeHoop. Fake handoff, rolling left to pass, throws, caught 11-yard line, outside the numbers by Viss, and he'll stumble down out of bounds to the 7 to move the chains. 1st and goal, the mark will officially be the 8-yard line. 1st and goal from the 8 for Unity, down 35-8, 18 seconds to go in the first half. And they'll work quickly. The clock is running, under 13 seconds to go. They have 1 timeout remaining. Here's DeHoop. The snap to the junior. Give to Viss, right up the middle, shut down at the line of scrimmage, 5 seconds on the clock, and Coach Tibby will burn a timeout after a gain of 1. It'll be 2nd down and goal from the 7-yard line after they had that little misdirection, quick give up the middle to Viss. That was going nowhere. 35-0 Holland Christian, and a shell-shocked home crowd for a variety of reasons. Of course, the injury, and we wish all the best to young man Steenstra from Unity Christian, who was brought off on the backboard a little bit earlier on tonight. Of course, you're going to take all the precautions necessary in that sort of moment, so we certainly will not lead too much or whatever into that. But for this team, they came out down 14-0 right away. They needed this win, Unity did, to have a chance to make the playoffs, and it's just been shocking from the beginning.
Yeah, it sure has. They've been trying to, from the start, try to stop the bleeding and get back in it. They've had some issues trying to get a stop defensively. The offense able to get in the end zone once, and now with 5 seconds left, you're trying to draw something up, whether that's a play-action pass to try to get into the end zone or trying to power your way in from 6 yards out.
It will be up to the 6-yard line on the second mark right here. 2nd and goal, 6-yard line, 5 seconds to go. They will have one play to try to get more points on the board before the end of this first half. Jackson Hoop, the junior, has a passing touchdown already in this game to Hugo Vanderwall. He'll step under center. 2 tight end T, 2nd down and goal from the 6. Holland Christian showing some pressure on the hard count. Snap to the Hoop, give to Viss over right guard, pushes the pile down to the 4 and gets shut down. Zeros across the scoreboard. Unity Christian unable to find the end zone, and we found the halftime break. 35-8, all Holland Christian and then some in this rivalry clash to end the regular season. Welcome back here inside McKenzie Stadium in Jenison. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer. Man, what? I don't even know where the storylines really can begin with what we saw in this one. But really, you have to just look at it. You have to applaud, first and foremost, what Holland Christian was able to do offensively in this game. They weren't stopped. They effectively and variedly were able to find their way down the field every single time they touched the football. They forced a couple turnovers, and they made it hurt every time they touched the ball.
Yeah, they did. They were unstoppable in the first half, the way that they, right away from the get-go, the opening possession, drive down the field, set the tone, able to score, get a turnover, score again. They've just been pedal to the metal since then and continuing to add on, get the Unity Christian defense reeling a little bit, and it's led to a big lead. All
right, we'll be right back here on the Farmers Insurance Halftime Show. We'll have some stats, and we'll have a lot more to break down in a really shocking first half of play. 35-8, Holland Christian over Unity Christian at the break. We'll be right back.
Hey, football fans, West Michigan Plumbers, Fitters, and Service Trades Local Union 174 is taking applications for apprenticeship from October 16th through October 27th. UA Local 174 apprentices earn great wages, excellent benefits, and paid training. Serving West Michigan since 1891. Find more information at ua174.org. That's ua174.org.
This is a beautiful time of year, but for many, it is also the beginning of allergy season, which means lots of sneezing, itchy, watery eyes, runny nose, constant drainage, or ear pressure. These are all allergy symptoms we regularly treat. Don't let your allergy stop you from enjoying what you love to do outdoors. We have several ear, nose, throat, and allergy specialists ready to see you. Find us online at MichiganENTallergy.com. We look forward to helping you enjoy the outdoors again.
Looking for a great place to buy a used truck or car? Check out Extreme Truck and Auto Center, located at 1098 O'Malley Drive in Coopersville. They have a huge selection of trucks, cars, vans, and SUVs. Stop by their lot or give them a call at 616-384-3777. You can check out their inventory at xtacenter.com.
Located just 20 minutes from Grand Rapids and Kent City, the Falls at Barber Creek is one of Michigan's premier golfing destinations. The beautifully designed 18-hole public golf course welcomes golfers of all ages and skill levels. Its challenging track with dramatic elevation changes through breathtaking scenery, including a 40-foot waterfall, makes it a place you're definitely going to want to play. Check out the course with a drone flyover and reserve your tee times at thefallsatbc.com.
Name the 10 winners of the Nobel Peace Prize or the last 5 Miss Americas. The point is the applause dies and the achievements are forgotten. But can you name 3 friends who helped you through tough times or teachers who encouraged you in school? We remember those who make a difference in our lives. I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities. What matters to us are the personal relationships we have with our clients, helping them build a secure financial future. As a Centennial Securities customer, you know what I mean. If you're not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FINR.
MGN, here's the drive. Hi, I'm Chandler 2.
Oh, wow.
We're going to leave this in.
All right.
This is staying in the show. He is Chandler Timmer. I am Nate Dreyer. This is what happens when you work together for 6 years. The names are one.
We're just one, yeah.
Chandler Timmer, Nate Dreyer. Chandler Timmer, Nate Dreyer. Michigan game night, tailgate report. We clearly have to stop talking. I do at least. I will see you all. I see you too. Friday night, Granville, Wyoming. I think 6:30 we're on the air for that. Goodbye. All right, welcome back, everyone, to the Scott Bates Farmers Insurance Agency pregame show. And he has returned. He's still on the beach. We've been bugging him about it all week long, but Chandler Timmer joins me here on the Bates Agency pregame show. CT, you seem to be doing better than the rest of us.
Yeah, I know, it's pretty nice down here. I kind of like covering basketball this way.
I'm sure you do.
Looking to this moving forward.
I can't blame you one bit. All right.
Rather than just always relying on one player.
Yeah, Scott Bates Agency pregame show continues here on game night on Michigan Sports Radio. CT, I think the next thing that you have to mention most notably in this contest is break me every time still. Every single time that happens, it gets me. The winners still go to the Heartland student section last year at the Breslin Center. Those guys win every time. Season. And we'll wrap up our broadcast with the Heinz Orthodontics smile of the game. Grown at that point guard position. Tough backcourt in general. Getting to some of those other pieces that we have out there. After 3 years, it finally almost came down on me. Good catch. I don't know what kid caught that, but that was a good catch. But regardless, a tough backcourt. Your flight's at 5 or your...
Yeah, the flight out of Panama City is like at 5, and we don't get home till like midnight, so.
That sucks. So you're actually, that was a lie. You're not going to be tuning in.
Yeah, no, if I'm at the airport at that time, I will be, but I'm likely missing most of it.
Okay. All right, welcome back to the Farmers Insurance Halftime Show. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer here, game night on Michigan Sports Radio, MGN Game of the Week, and we're shell-shocked. 35-8, all Holland Christian, and then some. They led 28-0 first in this one. One of the main stories, and of course the welfare of players is first and foremost, but Isaac Steenstra, the junior, had to be taken off on a backboard to the hospital by ambulance. Of course, we hope just all precautionary with him. Of course, this is a Unity Christian team that has dealt with some scares already. Jake Chapman, the terrific junior, had a similar situation earlier in the year and some later health issues that he was able. He is here tonight along with his teammates on the sideline to get over in that regard. So it's been a long season for Unity Christian Chandler, and they needed to win tonight to be able to continue. And you can feel a little bit they were able to drive down the field after that injury, but just a little bit more. It feels like the fight in this team in the sideline that we know so well how incredible it is with Coach Tibby's team is just obviously it's taken a hit to go down like this, to have to watch a teammate go through an injury situation like that. It is incredibly difficult, I'm sure, right now in that Unity Christian offense to try to regroup.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. I think, you come out and you get a little bit shell-shocked, partially to the credit of Holland Christian coming out here with and executing their game plan. But, yeah, you come down and you suddenly down a couple scores. You're kind of reeling a little bit, and then all of a sudden you see your teammates start going down. Of course, a team that's familiar with that situation this season, so it's a thing where it's hard to find that focus. I mean, it's a game where you're playing for your season here, trying to get into the postseason, but you come out a little bit flat to begin with. Suddenly a friend and teammate goes down like that, and you're unsure of the situation. And as we said, hopefully, nothing beyond precautionary there, but still, it's a situation that's unknown for these players, and it's a night where things were already a little unfocused. The fire maybe not quite there. It's tough to find that late in the first half like that.
Yeah, here's a little bit of our scoring recap. Of course, all Holland Christian early. First, it was Boyce to Aberger from 5 yards out. Then it was Boyce to Bruxford from 13. Then Boyce to Aberger again from 19 out. That's all the scoring in the first quarter. 21-0 with a trio of field goals or extra points from Van Heist. Second quarter, within the first minute of the quarter, Boyce finds Mishmerheisen on what will probably be our Farmers Insurance play of the game. An unbelievable grab from the lanky tight end over top of a defender. Extra point good, 28-0. To hoop then found Vanderwall from 14 yards out as Unity Christian got points on the board. Holland Christian answered with an 11-yard really good run. That also could be a play of the game type contender from Hooksters. He was able to break it outside and speed his way into the end zone. So Chandler, some stats. They're as lopsided as you would imagine.
Yeah, it was total offense heavily favoring Holland Christian. Unity Christian had right around 150 total yards, broken down 29 passing yards for the hoop. Vancouver had a catch for 6, Vanderwall for 14, and Vis for 9. On the ground, Steenstra had 16 yards, DeVries 21, Vis with 76, and Vrugink with 10. On the Holland Christian side, almost 300 yards of total offense.
Wow.
Boyce led the way, 195 yards through the air with those 4 touchdowns. Aberger, 70 receiving yards. Bruxford, 83. Confara, 6. Mitch Meisen, 31. Groothuis with 5 on the ground. Boyce led the way as well there, 57 rushing yards. Hoekstra had 34. Confara had 1 carry for a negative yard. But overall, the offense really dominating in the first half for the Maroons.
And talk about this Holland Christian offense. This is the first time we've gotten to see them this year. Of course, first-year head coach Dave Aberger, and we kind of said on and off air, like, I don't know how this team hasn't won more games with this offense. But it's a really clever offensive system. They do a lot of things. That they operate primarily out of a 4-wide spread, but it's a 4-wide spread essentially with a tight end still always on the field. But they find so many different formations and motions within that. They find a way to run the ball off of it. They throw it in a lot of different ways. It's as creative of a spread offense and as pass-heavy while being creative of a spread offense as you're going to find high school football.
Yeah, it sure is. I think a lot of times you see some spread offenses where you see what they're trying to do, but they don't necessarily have the playmakers there to execute it and to have the full options when it comes to what they're trying to do. And so you see this Holland Christian team, and you kind of see all the pieces. You see a big quarterback that's got some size, that can throw the football, can run the quarterback power when he needs to. You've got a quick, speedy running back to hand it off to. Big tight end across the middle of the field, some speedy slot receivers, guys out wide. They've really got it all clicking here, and so it's tough to say exactly what was going wrong in the first 8 weeks of the season because the results haven't necessarily been there, but the way that they've looked here in the first half of Week 9, it looks like they are a well-executing offense.
And this is a Unity Christian defense, granted that they've struggled, especially by their standards this year, about 38 points per game. They have not given up fewer than 20 points in any game they've played so far, which, you know, for guys like us that have covered Unity Christian so much in the past, I think it adds that much shock value in a lot of ways to it. Some great games across the air, including on our network here at Michigan Sports Radio. Tonight, I'm not telling you to go to those in the second half, but there's a chance. I mean, check in if, you know, I would stay with us because we're just that great, I guess.
Right.
But if 35-8, whatever, there are a lot of great games, of course. West Ottawa, East Kentwood, Joey Sutherland on the call there. Video broadcast that game is for the for a playoff spot, and some other really interesting games as well. Granville Jenison, Granville Athletics YouTube, and the student broadcast, great group there. They've got the coverage of that. That's linked through the MGN page, so you can check that out as well. It's 29-0 Granville at the half. So the Bulldogs probably are in position that they're going to start resting guys for their playoff run, and likely it will be Hudsonville who's losing big to Rockford that Granville will have next week. That's where wherever Granville is, that's where we will be next week. So we assume that will be Bulldog Stadium as Granville takes on Hudsonville based on how things exactly wind up falling. So we'll certainly be ready to see everyone then. With that, both teams not yet out for their second half warm-ups. We'll quick take a break as I see the first of the teams starting to find their way out. We'll be right back here with a lot more to get to on the Farmers Insurance Halftime Show.
There's something for everyone on Pizza Ranch's legendary buffet. Our pizza buffet features hot, cheesy goodness, slice after slice after slice. Try our signature pizzas or request your favorite combination with our Buffet Your Way option, and you'll get the first piece. With endless possibilities, you're sure to find your ranch favorites. Everyone will agree that cactus bread is the perfect dessert to end your meal. For legendary food that everyone loves, there's so much to love at Pizza Ranch.
What would you do with some extra time? Shop Fastlane today.
Are you looking for a new career? Aetna Supply is hiring. Aetna Supply is Michigan's #1 plumber wholesaler, servicing local customers for over 50 years. They offer great benefits, a 401k with company match, quarterly bonuses, and no Sundays. Once again, check them out at aetnasupply.com/careers or click on their logo on the Michigan Sports Radio homepage.
Don't just find yourself, make yourself. Start businesses, build bridges, save lives, raise a whole city. This is your future, so take it and move all of us forward.
Hey, football fans, West Michigan Plumbers, Fitters, and Service Trades Local Union 174 is taking applications for apprenticeship from October 16th through October 27th. UA Local 174 apprentices earn great wages, excellent benefits, and paid training. Serving West Michigan since 1891. Find more information at ua174.org. That's ua174.org.
Can you name the 10 winners of the Nobel Peace Prize or the last 5 Miss Americas? The point is the applause dies and the achievements are forgotten. But can you name 3 friends who helped you through tough times or teachers who encouraged you in school? We remember those who make a difference in our lives. I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities. What matters to us are the personal relationships we have with our clients, helping them build a secure financial future. As a Centennial Securities customer, you know what I mean. If you're not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FINRA.
Welcome back, Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer. We are here on the visitor side from McKenzie Stadium at Jenison. 35-0. Both teams out, continuing their warm-ups. About 2 minutes until kickoff. CT, I guess, give us our keys to the second half. You know, for both of these teams, they have to play like there's no tomorrow. You know, for Holland Christian, even up this big, there's no resting starters for the playoffs because they still are going to be marginal and likely out of the playoffs, even with this sort of performance for Unity Christian. They need to find a win. So let's start with Coach Tibby's team. They'll have a chance to try to put points on the board right away right here, but it is going to be a long road back, certainly for this team. And the main thing that I think would concern them is they've had 2 drives they moved down the field, but they've turned the ball over a few times. They've gotten stymied once as well offensively, so it's not like their offense is free-flowing right now and they're down big just because of the defense. The offense is also not been getting out and running the way that we sometimes and certainly have come to expect this offense to run.
Yeah, definitely. It hasn't been running as well as we've seen it in the past. Part of that, of course, backup quarterback into Hoop out there,
Yep.
and some the chemistry there maybe not the exact same as it would be if the starting quarterback in, of course. But I think you've seen them figure things out a little bit towards the end of the second quarter there. A touchdown drive down the field, and then quick at the end of the first half, they were able to get down to near the goal line, the 5-yard line, and kind of squandered an opportunity there to try to cut into this game by a possession. But they've been able to move the football a little bit more, so getting down the field, now they've got to score, and they've got to do so pretty quickly. They've been running that up-tempo and getting to the line pretty quickly, running their offense and getting going, and so it's gonna take a lot more of that, and then, of course, capitalizing on their opportunities when they have them.
Yeah, you mentioned that. We haven't talked about it. An interesting decision right before the half for Coach Tibby. You already have a young quarterback into Hoop that you trust and has already thrown a touchdown once, and they decide to run it again from the 5-yard line, needing to score on that play. They don't have any timeouts in their pocket. It was a interesting decision. They had blown open some holes on that same sort of, off tackle, or at least I guess that was more of an over guard type run. They had gotten some looks forward on that, but it was an interesting play call out of them right there for a team that already had a passing touchdown.
Yeah, it sure is. It's kind of in between there, I would imagine, for this coaching staff. Yeah. And on the 5-yard line, you feel pretty good about you trust your offense to try to run the football for 5 yards. That's what the offense is built on pretty much 99% of the time anyway. But when you're on that situation on the 5 with the time running down, of course, 5 seconds left, the clock stopped. But more than likely getting one shot at either way. If you run a play-action pass and rolling out, that you're probably going to only have one shot. So choosing to stay on the ground there and try to punch it in, but the Holland Christian interior defense all over it, shutting it down.
All right, that'll do it for our Farmers Insurance halftime show. By the way, quick note, we missed in the speed of the second quarter. I want to give a shout again to the GRPS Turkey Trot that's taking place on Thanksgiving Day. Michigan Sports Radio listeners that register with code 2023-2023 MSR5, 2023 MSR5 can receive $5 off. And you can click on the Turkey Trot logo on the Michigan Sports Radio main page to be able to learn more and do so. Holland Christian opening kickoff to the second half from Van Heist is rolled up to the 30-yard line on the squib kick again, taken in by Unity Christian there, and the Crusaders will have to go 70 yards if they are going to try to get their second TD of the game on the board right here. 2 seconds off the clock. Third quarter is brought to you by Michigan Hearing Experts. Their doctors of audiology use real ear measurements to optimize your hearing aid performance so you don't miss a play. Jackson DeHoop, number 2, in the home steel gray uniform. Steel gray top and bottom. Numbers in maroon, trimmed in white. Helmets are a matte navy, not maroon, navy for Unity Christian, going up against the white, all-white uniforms of the Maroons on the other side. This is DeVries charging over the 30-yard line, over left guard on the first carry, and he's got it up to the 34-yard line for a gain of 4 on first down, 2nd and 6, as we tick past 20 seconds gone in this third quarter. Again, like I said, all white uniforms, white helmet, white top, white bottom for Holland Christian. Numbers are in maroon. 2 tight end T, 2nd and 6 under center. Give to DeVries. Is chopped up in the backfield with nowhere to go for a loss of a yard. Bryson Overway and company met him in the backfield back to the 33-yard line. That'll make it 3rd and 7. And Holland Christian with what might feel like a chance to all but ice the game, maybe already right here if they haven't already done so. 11-10 and less to go in the third quarter. Unity Christian motions out into a wing T. Under center goes to Hoop. Straight drop to pass. Fires right side. Caught curling at the 35-yard line and blown up right there. On the reception was DeVries. It will be 3rd and medium right here for the Crusader. 4th and medium, I should say, for the Crusaders right here. They actually mark them back to the line of scrimmage on no forward progress. 4th and 7 from the 33-yard line. 4th and 7, 10.5 to go, and it looks like Vanderwall is going to punt it away for UC right here. So they are going to go 3 and out, already down 35-8, and send it on away where there could be a chance after this next drive for Holland Christian to get the running clock going as Vanderwall punts it away with the right leg. Inside the 30-yard line, taken by Aberger. Angles across the field outside the right numbers with a stiff arm and angles it up to the 35 where he walks out of bounds, where he is chased out by Justin Phoebus, the sophomore. So here comes Holland Christian. Eli Boyce, 4 passing touchdowns in the first half, absolutely leading the way. A terrific performance for what might be the senior's final chance to play high school football. He already has a couple offers, Dorton, Calvin, at the next level, and I can see why. 2 minutes off the clock in the third quarter. 35-8, Holland Christian breaks it out. They start at their own 35-yard line. They'll spread them 4 wide. Tailback Hoekstra sticks to the right hip of the senior Boyce. Boyce puts Aberger in motion left to right, face it to Aberger, gave it to Hoekstra instead over left guard. He'll dive to the 36-yard line for 1 yard and nothing more as Vancouvering place in the inside of the UC defense rallied to the football. 2nd and 9 from the 36 here for the Maroons.
Yeah, another little wrinkle from the Maroons there, bringing the slot man in motion, faking the jet sweep. Get the Unity Christian defense thinking maybe it's going to be an outside run, but still handing it off up the middle to Hoekstra. The Crusaders defense a little bit better all over that one, though, holding it to short gain.
Maroons and the all-whites break it out. They go 4 wide, trips tight to the right side with the ball on the right hash mark. 2nd down and 9. High snap, the helmet of Boyce. He'll fake a run, throw it on the screen outside the numbers past the 35-yard line to Aberger, who takes it and lowers his head out of bounds as Vandergoot escorted him out after a gain of a couple of yards. It'll be 3rd down and medium here up to around the 37, 38-yard line officially. That makes it 3rd and 7 for Holland Christian. 8:56 and less to go. Both defenses a little bit more of an edge to start the second half.
Yeah, things slowing down a little bit. Very similar to the touchdown earlier there from the Maroons where Boyce looks like he could run and then at the last second dumps it off in the flat to Aberger.
Again, they go 4 wide. This time the 3 receivers to the far side of the field. Low snap at the hip of Boyce. Fakes a throw to the right. Has some time. Now will tuck it down and run. Scampers over the 40. Lowers the shoulder at the 45 and moves the chains to the 46-yard line. Boyce sacrificing the body, taking on Vancouvering head on, and moving the chains. Eli Boyce, what an impressive game from that young man.
Yeah, just again, the awareness, the pocket awareness. Lets the routes develop down the field, doesn't see anything, but doesn't overreact, doesn't try to too quickly make something happen to the legs, waits for the edge rush to go up the field, and then steps up through the pocket, picks up the big first down.
From their own 46 again, 4 wide set, single man Bruxford isolated to the right. They put Hoekstra in motion to the right side. It's a straight quarterback draw up the middle for Boyce. Big speed over the 45, shimmies down to the 40, and moves the chains to the 39-yard line again with speed. Vandergood on the stop, and up to the 39 for a speedy Boyce.
Yeah, Boyce 80 rushing yards now. It already had big numbers in the passing game and a good rushing first half as well, but adding to it on this drive with a couple big rushes.
Run up to the line, shotgun formation, 4 wide set, right slot is Mishmerheisen, the big tight end. Chest high snap, Boyce hesitates, throws, caught at the 35-yard line by Bruxford. He'll turn it upfield into a tackling pile to the 32-yard line for a gain of about 6 on first down. Actually make a gain of 8, the official mark. It'll be 2nd and 2, should be actually about 2nd and 3 right here. Ball will be marked to the 33-yard line. 2nd and 3 to the 33-yard line. 7:15 and less to go, third quarter. Holland Christian leads 35-8. The Maroons break it out. Again, they go 4 wide, 2 to either side. From the gun is Boyce. Now has Confara onto his left hip. Straight drop to pass. Boyce fires over the middle. Caught by a diving Confara down to the 26-yard line. That'll move the chains for the Maroons again. Under 7 minutes to go. Clock ticking on down right here, third quarter. Both teams run a fresh unit on right now. 35-8 Holland Christian. Boyce, the 6'3", 185-pound senior, will work his way in again. Multi-position, all-area player, pitcher, shortstop, outfielder in baseball. Couple football offers as well. He'll spread them 4 wide. Balance set once again. Tailback Hoekstra off his right hip on 1st and 10. Chest high snap, drop to pass for Boyce. Has some time. Rolling left. Boyce looking down the field. Throws left side, outside the numbers. Caught at the 11-yard line by the sophomore Simon Grotheis. And he'll take it over the 10, down to the 9, dive out of bounds. 1st and goal, Holland Christian.
Yeah, there again, Boyce just able to manipulate the defender down the field, rolling out to the left. Kind of keeping the corner to that side in suspense where it looks like he might tuck it and run, forces the edge defender to try to come up and stop him, and as soon as he does, he knew he had Grotheis open along the sideline, sees the defender commit, and then floats it over the top.
They'll give him the 8 officially on the dive. 1st and goal from the 8, 35-8 Holland Christian. The Maroons break it out with 6 minutes to go, clock running on down to the third quarter. They go back to, this time, a 3 wide set. Mishmerheisen, wing tight end position off the right side of the line. Low snap to Boyce is fumbled. He'll dive on it outside the 10, back to the 11 or 12-yard line. So that'll turn into about 1st and goal from the 11 or so, off really the first mistake all game long from this Holland Christian offense. Tough to say. It'll be back to the 12 officially, 2nd and goal from the 12, but truly, that's the first mistake and really first backwards progress all day long for HC.
Yeah, they've had a couple penalties in the first half, but really no negative plays. They haven't gone backwards. It's been a lot of moving forward. Every single run and pass down the field has been moving the chains and giving them good situations to be in offensively.
Nice point, Nate. You are wrong, though. 5.5 to go. Snap to Boyce. Drops over the middle. Throws on the screen to the 10-yard line. Caught by Grotheis. Lowers his head against a defender. Diving inside the 5, down to the 3. But there's penalty markers down everywhere. There's one in the backfield. There's a hold that's coming back. And there also is one that is around where the hit was levied. So we are going to have to wait for this to get sorted out.
Yeah, it looked like a hold as they were setting up the screen pass. And then, as you said, near the goal line, another flag throwing in. We'll see if that was just a delayed reaction of the same call or if there was separate incidents.
It looks like one of the flags was declined. The other's the hold that's coming back on Holland Christian. So Maroons now are going to have second and goal from the 22-yard line. Second and goal from the 22, so that'll make it a little bit more fun for them. Trying to convert this one more time. 35-8, no scoring so far in the second half. Holland Christian all over Unity Christian and then some. So far in this must-win season finale for a pair of OK Blue rivals on the MGN Game of the Week. 5 minutes and less to go. We thank Centennial Securities, Farmers Insurance for presenting sponsorship of Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio. 4 wide set, trips to the right side of the ball on the left hash mark. Hoekstra goes in motion to the right slot. Boyce will fake it to him. Quarterback draw up the middle. Broke a tackle at the 20. Spins over the 15. On his feet to the 10. Getting a push from his lineman inside the 5 down to the 2-yard line. It'll be third and goal from the 2. What a run by Boyce. Juking, pushing, spinning, taking a push, and takes it down inside the 2-yard line. They'll work quickly. Snap to Boyce. Quarterback power. Right side. Has a hole. Backs his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Holland Christian. 41-8 Maroons with 4:25 to go, third quarter.
Yeah, Boyce going to punch that one in from 2 yards, but he did the hard work on the run before that. 20 yards. Got him down to the 2. Had to tuck it and go right through the middle of the defensive line, broke through a tackle, some strong legs, able to finish that run, and then lower in the shoulder too.
Van Heist, extra point attempt, good again. 42-8, Holland Christian all over Unity. We'll be right back.
Cornerstone University.
The professors are very open to helping whenever they can.
Academic excellence, character-driven athletics, Christ-centered community involvement.
Cornerstone has been a great opportunity for me to grow as a leader, just being able to approach people and be warm and welcoming and hospitable.
Experience it for yourself. Attend a Golden Eagle Day at Cornerstone for a taste of campus life and the chance to meet faculty and staff. To arrange a visit for your high school junior or senior, go to cornerstone.edu. Cornerstone University. Build a life that matters.
This is a beautiful time of year, but for many, it is also the beginning of allergy season, which means lots of sneezing, itchy, watery eyes, runny nose, constant drainage, or ear pressure. These are all allergy symptoms we regularly treat. Don't let your allergy stop you from enjoying what you love to do outdoors. We have several ear, nose, throat, and allergy specialists ready to see you. Find us online at MichiganENTallergy.com. We look forward to helping you enjoy the outdoors again.
All right, welcome back here to Unity Christian, where it is all Eli Boyce and Maroons. 42-8, 5 total touchdowns now with 1 on the ground as well for the Maroons senior quarterback. And Van Heist sends away a roller that'll be corralled just past the 25 by one of the UC up men to the 27-yard line. And the Crusaders and Coach Tibby will get their offense back on the field one more time. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Tim with you here on the MGN Game of the Week. We've had some games this year that certainly have lived up to their billing. Granville, Hudsonville, Granville, Caledonia, just to name 2. This one has not whatsoever. 42-8, Holland Christian all over Unity Christian. A long night so far, especially for the Crusaders on the whole in particular. The injury to Isaac Steenstra, their junior running back, who did leave on a back brace and in an ambulance. They will go to work. Unity Christian will from their own 27-yard line. DeHoop tries to hand off some bumping in the backfield as he gave it on to Sean Vanderswag for his first carry of the game. He's out of that chaos, able to find a couple yards up to the 30. There was some pushing and shoving after the play. There's a penalty marker down. I think this is going to be on Holland Christian after the play based on where they are walking to, and it could give up a free first down to Unity Christian. I'll wait exactly for the call. And that exactly is what it is, and that will be a free first down to Unity Christian. By the way, this week's The Family Fare Tailgate Special is fresh, all-natural, boneless pork New York chops. Buy one, get one free. Unity goes to the 45-yard line, and they will get ready to work out of their 2 tight end tee for head coach Craig Tibby in his 21st season. He's their only coach here at Unity Christian in the history of this football program. State champion, state runner-up as well. on their mantle, but it looks like a missed playoff run this year. 3-5 coming in. They needed the win to make the playoffs, and right now does not look like they're going to get it. Here's a give to Viss. Big speed up the middle, cutting it up over left guard past the 50, down to the 45-yard line. Gets a hit, pushes the pile past the 40, down to the 37-yard line. Nolan Viss, what a run right there. Driving and speeding and charging his way on ahead. He has been the brightest spot, the junior, in this Unity attack for sure this evening.
Yeah, Viss has been able to get things going, and it started in the second quarter, is now carried over into the second half. Another powerful run there through the middle of the field. Again, showing some power on the end of that run, giving this Crusaders offense a chance crossing midfield.
From the 38-yard line into Holland Christian territory. 1st and 10. Here's DeHoop on the snap. Give on the fullback trap to Vancouvering. There's kind of some miscommunication, and that play is shut down after a gain of about a yard, diving into the pile on the forward progress. It'll be 2nd and 9. 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. 42-8 Holland Christian. Crusaders break it out to the 37-yard line. 2nd down and 9. Jackson DeHoop, the junior, passing touchdown already in this contest, goes under center. He'll give again to Viss, who charges over the 35-yard line and will fall. Actually, that was DeVries, I should say, on the carry, who was able to fall ahead to the 34 on the carry right there. As you're seeing Unity Christian kind of mix up their running back alignment right now, as we've seen them shift some things around in terms of what side backs are on. This is a very young, deep, and dynamic attack. I think this is a Unity Christian team that is among a lot of teams across the area. I think they're due for a big turnaround next season. 3rd and 6 from the Holland Christian 34-yard line, down 42-8. Here's DeHoop on the turn. Fake give to Viss. Quarterback keeper over right side. He's got it down to the 31-yard line. Dives to the 30, and will have enough to move the chains. Good run from DeHoop on the bootleg. Actually, sorry, he does not have enough to move the chains. I beg your pardon. He'll be just shy of the first down by a couple of yards on the mark at the 30-yard line. So DeHoop does not have enough to move the chains. It's 4th and 2 from the 30.
Yeah, picked up just enough there to make this much more manageable 4th down. Of course, the score being what it is, the Crusaders, of course, going for it, going to try to power forward here, pick up those couple yards.
Holland Christian crowd getting rowdy on their feet for a 4th and 2 play. They try to come up with a stop. Turn, DeHoop, pitch, left side. Vancouvering has space, has the first. Angling outside the numbers to the 20. Has the 15-yard line and gets spun out of bounds down to the 9-yard line by Clayton Koenig, the senior, on the tackle. It's a 1st and goal down to the 9 for Unity Christian.
Interesting play call on 4th down. Able to get the Maroons. I think they were expecting inside run, just trying to pick up the 2 yards. They run the pitch play to the outside. Vancouvering able to get around the outside, down the sideline. Now the Crusaders a real chance to score. It's the area where they struggled right before half to try to punch in. The situation a little different with the clock running down, but now going to have to try to find something inside the 10-yard line.
Inside the final minute of the third quarter. 1st and goal from the 9. Twin tight end T for Jackson DeHoop, and it's a straight quarterback keeper on the power up the middle. He'll get maybe 2 yards and then got shot back 3 yards the other way out the back as they were trying to find a couple of yards on a quarterback dive, maybe keep or catch that defense off a little bit. It's only a gain of 2. It's 2nd and goal from the 7-yard line right here for Unity Christian. That was the Chandler era. That was quite the play that they would operate sometimes, like just effectively 5 yards down the play every single time they went to it.
Yeah, going from 9 yards out right to the quarterback keeper, or the quarterback sneak rather. Interesting on 1st down. It looked like initially the first push, the Crusaders able to get some, but then as soon as the Maroon defense, seeing what was going on, able to push back.
They go to a double wing twin tight end flex bone formation right here. Fake pitch to Viss. Rolling right to pass to Hoop. Pressure coming. Throws to the end zone. Broken up by Mishmerheisen at the goal line. Zeros across the scoreboard for the third quarter. We go to the final frame. 42-8 Holland Christian. All over Unity Christian. Crusaders will have a 3rd and goal coming up when we come back.
Have you recently collided with a deer or been caught in an unfortunate accident? Don't worry, Car Center Collision and Glass is your trusted partner to bring your vehicle back to life. With convenient branches in Cedar Springs, Burton Heights, Alpine, and Big Rapids, we're right around the corner to provide expert assistance. From collision repairs to mechanical fixes, we're your one-stop solution for all your car needs. Check us out at carcentermi.com.
What would you do with some extra time? Shop Fastlane today.
All right, welcome back to Jenison. Final quarter of the season, of the regular season, before we begin the MGN Road to Ford Field next week. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer here on Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio. MGN Game of the Week, all Holland Christian, 42-8. Maroons over Unity Christian. And a true shocker, the Crusaders do have a 3rd and goal coming up, though, right here from the 7-yard lines. They try to put some points on the board once more. And again, it is the junior Jack DeHoop under center, 2 tight end T right here. Snap to DeHoop. Give over left guard to Vanderswag, pushing his way down to about the 5-yard line, where a second-level push is able to engulf him. Bushouse on the tackle along with Van Apeldoorn off the edge. 4th and goal from around the forward progress 3-yard line. Good forward progress on the dive right there. 4th and goal from the 3. Unity will go with it as the Crusaders will try to put points on the board. 11:35 and less to go. Of course, running clock is 35. So we'll need a score here to try to fend that off, even with a Holland Christian score that could come on the next possession. They go back to a 2 tight end T. Under center goes DeHoop. Trying to draw Holland Christian offside of the hard count, and they do so. So they'll turn for 4th and goal from the 3 into 4th and goal from about the 1.5 yard line. Now, 11:15 to go in the final quarter. 42-8 AHC over UC.
The Crusaders able to catch the Maroons trying to time the snap count there. You can see the linebackers biting up, trying to fill the gaps there as soon as they hear what they thought was going to be the snap count, and just leaning up enough across the line to get the encroachment call.
All right, 4th and goal from just inside the 2-yard line. Defense crowds in. Out of the tee, DeHoop turn, give, onto a charging Viss, big hole over right guard, 2 hands on the ball, into the end zone. Touchdown, Unity Christian. Crusaders back on the board again, 42-14 with 10:51 in the 4th, so they will be able to fend off that running clock for a little bit longer. And 42-14 was about the score of the Chelsea State Championship game.
So you're saying there's a chance?
I'm saying there's a chance. 10:51 to go. I mean, Unity truly, they were 1 score away from the running clock. You remember, and had the ball in that contest before Chelsea came back with the comeback of the lifetime. Unity Christian fans want me to shut up right now. 2 tight end T, under center goes DeHoop. Snap to DeHoop, pitch to Vancouvering, left side, lowered the head, diving for the goal line. He doesn't quite have enough. A great tackle made by Ethan Aberger to meet him in the backfield and shut that down. 42-14, Holland Christian over Unity Christian. Just under 11 minutes to go. Right back here in the 4th quarter.
Somebody once said life moves pretty fast, and that's exactly how we like it. Want to build something? Great. Start businesses, build bridges, raise a whole city. Future in fighting crime? Want to save lives? Do it all here. But you've got to go forward fast. Because today is now, and tomorrow is soon. And to get ahead of the game, you got to get ahead of your time. This is your future, so take it and move all of us forward.
This is the pizza the other guys wish they could make. Keep dreaming. Jets. Better, because it has to be.
All right, welcome back. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer with you here. Game night on Michigan Sports Radio. Unity Christian strikes with Nolan Viss, their terrific junior, able to find the end zone, and they will get ready to send away an onside kick from Cody Walters, the sophomore right here. 42-14, all Holland Christian with a 4-touchdown advantage right here. And we'll see what Walters can do as he'll kick it left to right across your radio dial. He'll go near side to far side on the onside. Here is a high pooch kick that will be taken in at the 31-yard line by the charging deep man, Aberger, and he'll take it up to around the 35-yard line. A little interesting decision on the pooch kick right there. I think he got a little too much or a little too low, driving too much behind that leg. Winds up going behind everyone. Aberger sells it down, gets the 35-yard line.
I'd seen the Crusaders try to go to the regular, normal onside kick, the bouncer. Early in the game, the Maroons able to jump on it. At that time, looked like they were trying to float it over the top, but good recognition by the Maroons return team, able to come up and grab that one in the air rather than let it bounce and see where it goes.
Holland Christian spreads them 4 wide. Eli Boyce to run the offense once more. Unity Christian brings a 4 down front. Snap to Boyce. A little off center to the left. He's able to settle it down, whip it into the left flat. Caught on the screen by Aberger. He'll spin past the defender over the 45-yard line and gets knocked out of bounds up around the chains. I don't think he'll have quite enough to move him. Nope, they will now mark him to have enough to move him up to the 47-yard line, so Aberger moves the chains on another successful screen. I mean, that's been the main part of this offense working so far, is the screen game has been really the most untouchable part of their attack.
Yeah, they've been able to utilize that for most of the night. Just the quick throws out to Aberger, let him catch the football, add her behind the line of scrimmage, and just turn it upfield with his playmaking ability with the ball in his hands.
Ethan Aberger Sr., Wheaton offer for him. Boyce, Dort, Calvin offer. Mishmerheisen, the senior, has a Concordia offer. So all their seniors that they are going to be losing for year 2 of the Dave Aberger program running things from the sideline for Holland Christian are college-bound players. Under 10 minutes to go, Holland Christian by 4 touchdowns. Snap to Boyce, out of the gun, pressure coming. He avoids it, he'll tuck it, he'll run to the 50-yard line. Broke a tackle to the 45. Angles, puts on the brakes at the 40, sidesteps the defender, dives down to the 42-yard line for the first down. Eli Boyce putting moves on for another first down scramble, and Holland Christian inside the 40.
That run easily puts Boyce over 100 yards on the ground and very nearly a sack in the backfield. But, again, Boyce able to find his way out of it. Doesn't go down, steps up through the pocket, and then makes guys miss down the field.
I think he's made our player of the game, presented by the Rainbow Grill, a pretty easy decision to make in this one. 4 wide set for Holland Christian. 1st and 10 from the Unity Christian 38-yard line. Screen left side, caught by the sophomore Groteheis, has blockers escorting him to the 31-yard line where he lowers a shoulder out of bounds. And will nearly, but not quite, move the chains to the 29-yard line. And will make it about a second down and a yard or two right here. Waiting on that official mark. 8:53 and less to go. Clock running down final quarter. 42-8 Holland Christian. Maroons are looking at a 4-5 season. Likely, though, still going to miss the playoffs. This is 2nd and 1 officially from the 29-yard line. But likely still going to be missing the playoffs. They certainly be waiting with bated breath and looking around the rest of the state of Michigan what might be happening tonight. 4 wide set from the short shotgun pistol right here for Boyce. Give to the speedy Meta Hoekstra. Cut move over the 25. Burst of speed. Angles left at the 10. 5-yard line. Touchdown Meta Hoekstra. Boy, that kid's got some speed. He's into the end zone for the 2nd time tonight. 48-14 Holland Christian.
A very impressive run from Hoekstra. Right through the middle of the field, showing that quick twitch ability, able to change directions on a dime, and the defender's left in the dust. He's only had 7 carries on the night, but 50-plus yards, now a couple touchdowns as well.
8:22 to go. Van Heist will look to add one more extra point. He's been perfect on the night, and he stays perfect on the night. 49-14 Holland Christian all over UC. 8:22 to go. We'll be right back.
To everyone who loves great food, let us make you a meal the Wisconsin way.
We cook each butter burger to order for you and the people you love, so it's the best part of your day.
The best.
The best.
And every creamy scoop of fresh frozen custard, pure happiness.
Pure happiness.
Pure happiness. Because where Culver's comes from.
And the heart of America's Dairyland.
Our love.
Our love for fresh food is as strong as our love for all of you.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
The Grand Rapids Sports Hall of Fame celebrates the city's rich sports history by honoring prominent West Michigan athletes and those who have contributed greatly to sports on a local, state, or national level. A class is elected each year and then honored at an induction ceremony in the fall. They also prevent annual events in support of West Michigan athletics, and they raise funds to support local youth organizations and charities. Follow them on Facebook or check out the pictures and biographies of all 181 inductees at grshof.com.
And welcome back. Good return up to the 40-yard line for Max Vancouvering and Unity Christian. So they get to start at the 41. We tick under 8 minutes to go. 49-14, all Holland Christian. And again, we just set it off here again. And this Holland Christian team, they're going to finish with just 4 wins on the year. But when they're rolling, I think we're seeing this is one of the more effective and varied offenses that we've seen. We've seen some good teams this year, of course, but this, especially at the D4 level, this is as varied and good of an attack offensively as you are going to find. Easy for me to say. I mean, if this team does find a way to sneak in the playoffs, which again is highly, highly unlikely, just the way the math shakes out right now, I wouldn't want to see them in the first round if I were a 1 seed. Back to the 2 tight end T. Under center goes DeHoop. He'll hand it off on the fullback trap to the senior Cam Brugink. He's got nowhere to go, and even will lose a yard back to the 41-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 11 right here for Unity Christian in those home gray uniforms. 7 minutes to go, clock running down. And on the Holland Christian sideline, I think I see their junior Evan Abiger starting to warm up rather than play safety right now. So it looks like the future quarterback, the lefty of this program for Holland Christian, may be getting ready to potentially take the reins from the senior Boyce, who's on his way to the next level and is among the best quarterbacks, I have to say, we've seen this year. Even just, for a D4 player, I think the plays he's making translate to regardless what level you're playing at this level or the next. 6.5 to go, 2 tight end T. Under center goes DeHoop. He'll give it to the charging sophomore DeVries around the left side. Upright running style. He's got speed over the 50. Down the left sideline. Past the 40. Down to the 30. 25-20. Outside the numbers. Lowers the shoulder. Down inside the 20-yard line. Jared DeVries. Upright running down the field. Burst of speed. Burst of power. Has Unity Christian down just outside the red zone. They'll say his foot first touched out of bounds back to the 21-yard line.
Yeah, very impressive run from DeVries there. He's got all the way around the outside to the sideline and then turned it upfield, ran through a couple tackles there trying to knock him out of bounds, but kept his feet.
49-14, Holland Christian. Real shocker of a night here for certain at Jenison, a night where I think the prevailing thought from us and from many was that this was going to be the night where Unity Christian was going to find their way after kind of a long up-and-down season into the playoffs. Instead, a real statement for first-year head coach Dave Abiger's team for Holland Christian. DeHoop handoff on the dive to Vancouvering, who tries to muscle his way, to DeVries, who tries to muscle his way on ahead and is able to push the pile down to the 20-yard line for a gain of 1. 2nd and 9. By the time they run this next play, we'll be under 5 minutes.
And the Unity offense definitely slowed down early on in the first half. They were trying to go really up-tempo, able to move the football a little bit, but the second half, even down big, of course now the running clock, but they've slowed things down, making sure they're getting their play calls in and getting some run for the younger guys in there.
Out of the T, they'll break out. And again, DeHoop, along with a lot of the young key pieces on this team, all will return next season. They try to draw Holland Christian offside on the hard count. Now DeHoop will hand it off on the stretch play, left side to DeVries. Outside the numbers with speed, past the 10-yard line, and walks out of bounds as he's escorted to around the 6. Another good run right there from Jared DeVries. But we're kind of seeing what the next level of this team can be. Vancouvering in the middle, kind of as a speed fullback. Who knows where he'll be, but you've got DeVries, of course, Steenstra, who we continue to think and pray all the best for the kind of scary injury that he suffered earlier tonight. Nolan Viss is back. DeHoop will be back as quarterback. Sean Vanderswag will be back that we've seen at points in this backfield. We of course hope that Jake Chapman will be able to return to the football field and on next year. This is as young of a team as you're going to find for Unity Christian, and they are ready for a big turnaround next year. Over right guard, handoff to Viss, shut down with nowhere to go. He'll push the pile to the 6-yard line for a gain of 1. 2nd down and goal from the 6 right here, but there is a penalty marker down after the play. We'll have to wait and see what this is. Unity is backing up a little bit. 3.5 to go. It is a personal foul on the Maroons. So we'll get a half the distance to the goal penalty, and Unity will be able to move it up to the 3-yard line here. And a fresh set of downs, first and goal from the 3-yard line. Under 3 minutes to go by the time they snap this one. 49-14 Holland Christian. Unity trying to get one last touchdown on this 2023 campaign, as it looks like both of these teams will now be playing their final game of the season here tonight. Back to the tee. DeHoop under center. This junior that is expected to take the reins of the offense next year. Quarterback, straight dive up the middle. Gets the push from behind down inside the 1-yard line. It'll be second and goal from inches off the goal line here for Unity Christian. 2.5 to go. 49-14 Holland Christian.
I tried to get a late push to Hoop very close to the goal line, kind of in the massive bodies there. Very difficult to see exactly where the football is, but looked like brought down just short. And so even though I'm trying to push him forward, getting some help from his running backs behind him, going to have to try to run it one more time here. We'll see if they go right back to the same play call from the inch line.
DeHoop in from the sideline. He's got the call. Where's number 2 in Navy across that steel gray uniform and breaks out the offense. Second and goal from inside the 1-yard line. They go double wing, flex bone formation right here. It's another quarterback keeper up the middle, getting the push from behind from Vrujic. He's stymied at the line of scrimmage, unable to get it again. The ball came free. Holland Christian saying they have it. We'll wait for the official call. I don't think they do. It will stay with Unity Christian, but the ball slipped out again. Less than 90 seconds to go. Unity just trying to power the way into the end zone. It'll be another third and goal from the 1-yard line.
Yeah, trying to sneak it in from the inch line. Actually ended up going backwards, which the center almost immediately stood up along the goal line. The good push from the inside of defensive line, the nose tackle there, able to push him back, and DeHoop never had a chance. He hardly even moved forward.
Crusaders run it up to the line of scrimmage. DeHoop goes under center. Snap to the junior. Turn. Give. DeVries cuts it up into the end zone. Touchdown, Unity Christian. Jared DeVries into the end zone for the third touchdown of the night for the Crusaders, and the first for the sophomore this evening. 49-20, 57 seconds on the clock, and Unity Christian will look to add the extra point here. Inside the final minute, like I said, inside the final minute now of both of these teams' seasons, we can fully expect. Looks like the sophomore Cody Walters will get the chance to try to add the extra point here for Unity Christian. Something he probably hasn't gotten a chance to do a ton of this year. Is traditionally a team that, of course, goes for 2 out of the tee, as all T teams pretty much do, except for Granville in that Davison game earlier this year where they came out kicking extra points, and Jake Carradine, the sophomore for Granville, looked very good doing so. Bad snap. The kick is on its way, tumbling, slightly tipped, hits the crossbar, and is no good. 49-20, 57 seconds to go. Been a long night for Unity Christian Chandler, and I think that moment kind of speaks to the night that the Crusaders, unfortunately, have been dealing with this evening.
Yeah, definitely. Right from the get-go there, the snap a little bit high, and then trying to, at the same time, the kicker's trying to kick it, getting the football down in the hold, and it's just been the Crusaders from the start. The offense for the Maroons driving down the field right away. You get a turnover on special teams for Unity. It's been a night of snowballing and things getting progressively worse for the most part. The offense able to get a couple drives down the field, make the score a little bit more respectable here in the fourth quarter, but a tough night overall for the Crusaders.
43-14 final, by the way, for our Granville listeners that are wondering what's going on in the Granville Jenison contest. So Granville does get another win. They close the regular season with 2 losses, and they, in all likelihood, will have Hudsonville next week on Michigan Game Night airs. We kick off the MGN Road to Ford Field on game night on Michigan Sports Radio, 43-14, almost exactly. I think the score, I can say it now easily now that it's done, but probably almost the exact score from that game that we would have each expected to see, like within a couple of points. Not the case here. 49-20, Holland Christian, a statement to close their season against Unity Christian. Walters sends this one away, taken inside the 5-yard line to Abiger with speed, breaking a tackle over the 25 and spins down to the 28-yard line. So one last chance on the return there for Ethan Abiger, the senior. And here comes the Holland Christian offense on the field, and it will be the junior, Evan Abiger, for head coach Dave Abiger, that will get ready to lead the offense. Lefty, the junior, and the future of the Holland Christian offense next year as they move into year 2 for this coaching staff. And Abiger will work from the shotgun, final 20 seconds. Snap to the junior. Give to Clayton Koenig, the senior running back who's got it up to the 35-yard line for a gain of 8. Clock will tick under 10 seconds to go. They're going to sub Patrick Tate, the senior running back, on. Maybe try to run one more play. They're going to call a timeout to run one more play as they want to get the senior Tate a chance to run the football right here. 2 seconds on the clock, so... and this will just be kind of a quick substitution time. I don't think they're going to fully take... Nope, I lied. They're going to both come back to the sidelines. We're going to take our time for the final 2 seconds in this one. So we'll do that, and I can assume that Patrick Tate, the senior running back, will be the one that will be getting the carry right here as they were trying to sub him on the field for this final play. Thoughts?
No,
you haven't had many for the last couple minutes, I'm not going to lie.
No, it's... opportunity, more than likely the end of the season for both of these teams, so getting their seniors some last chances. Timeout, get one more carry in for your senior running back, and this night will be over.
Yes, it will. So we got some confusion for Holland Christian as they bring Boyce back in now, and I think he's just going to kneel it. Snap to Boyce. He'll take a knee. Okay, that'll do it. So Holland Christian, a long night here at Jenison, but it was long because Holland Christian played probably their finest game of the season. 49-20. The Maroons will finish this season at 4-5. It'll be a 3-6 final tally for Unity Christian. Welcome on in to our Centennial Securities post-game show. So Holland Christian at the end, they call a timeout because they want to get their senior on the field one last time. Boyce to take the knee. They'll close the game. They go through the handshake line, and that'll do it. Chandler, your thoughts from this one? A shocker, really. I mean, no other way. I mean, we expected offense from Holland Christian and from Unity Christian. We know they both could score points. The last thing we would have expected would be for Holland Christian to run all over this game the way that they did.
Yeah, I think not the expected result, but credit to Holland Christian coming out here, and they were playing with some passion in a game where, yeah, they knew a win gives them a chance for the playoffs, but more than likely they're going to be out. They came out and from the start stole some momentum and rode that all the way to the end. I think the offense, of course, is going to steal a lot of the highlights, and they were very impressive, dominant throughout the night. But the defense played really well, too, in slowing down Unity Christian. They were dealing with some serious injuries, as we talked about during the game as well, but credit to the Holland Christian defense and slowing down the Crusaders, too.
Yeah, young Unity Christian team. They certainly pretty young Holland Christian team, but especially very, very young Unity Christian teams. They kind of continue to turn this roster over off that state championship run a couple years ago. So they certainly they'll be back. And I certainly think, as I said a moment ago, I think if there's one team across West Michigan that you can look for a bounce back candidate to all of a sudden be 8-1, 9-0, deep playoff run, it's Coach Tibby's boys, of course. I think you can fully expect to be on that kind of run next season. What a game this was. 49-20, the final. Holland Christian all over Unity Christian all night long. It was from the word go, all Maroons. We're going to step aside, be right back here on the Centennial Securities post-game show. We'll have some stats, we'll have some awards to hand out as well.
The 76 Diner and Truck Stop would like to invite you and your families to come and check out their diner. With locations in both Byron Center and Coopersville, they're a great place to stop before or after the game. They have a wide variety of menu choices to feed all the kids. They serve breakfast hot all day, and they're able to accommodate all of your large group needs. Their full menu is available for takeout orders, and they have online ordering at 76truckstopdiner.com.
Revolution Rehab offers a personalized approach to physical therapy and health. Dr. Tyler started a private pay practice, allowing him to provide a level of care that you deserve. His goal is to recognize the root cause of the problem and restore the body's natural function. He uses physical therapy as a tool to inspire others to live a healthy and meaningful life. With 2 locations in Rockford and Grand Rapids, he can help you get back into the game. Check him out at therevolutionrehab.com.
Let's take a look. As I mentioned over the phone, wear and tear.
Oh man, they're never gonna buy this thing. Wear and tear? Well, there's the coffee stain on the seat. It needs new brakes. All 4 wheels squeak. The passenger door doesn't even have a handle. Not to mention that one time I went to my uncle's farm and backed up into a truck full of shit.
Should about cover it. You're all set.
Oh.
Don't overthink it. Seller to Weller. 167 horsepower. Candy red. 8 cylinders of freedom. And to think, he only let me drive it once. I've never considered myself to be a lucky man. That would be Dad. He didn't know a thing about cars, couldn't tell a hatchback from a quarterback. But somehow his just kept going. And going. And going and going. Turns out Dad wasn't lucky. He just knew where to look.
All right, welcome back to game night on Michigan Sports Radio and McKenzie Stadium here at Jenison. 49-20. Dominant win for Holland Christian here tonight. This is our Centennial Securities post-game show. Game was 35-8 at the half. Scoring recap. Only 1 score in the third quarter. 2-yard run for Eli Boyce. Got him to his 5th total touchdown of the contest and is only one on the ground in the fourth quarter. Viss had a 2-yard run for Unity Christian. Hoekstra had a 29-yard, really nice run for Holland Christian. DeVries had a 1-yard run for Unity as well. CT, some stats. A little bit more of the same from the first half, but a little bit less on the whole, as I think everyone was kind of playing to the end throughout this second half and started to run the ball a little bit more.
Definitely. For Unity Christian, the Hoop had 29 passing yards along with 10 rushing yards. Also on the ground, Steencher 16, DeVries 80. Vandergroot 2, Vrugbrink 9. Viss led the way for the Crusaders on the ground, 96 yards. Vancouvering 27, and Vanderswag with 7. Through the air, Vancouvering had 6 receiving yards, Vanderwall 14, and Viss with 9. And then some pretty impressive numbers on the Maroons side on the whole, as you might imagine. Boyce finished with 251 passing yards, along with a bunch of touchdowns, had 108 yards on the ground, was the leading rusher for the Maroons. Hoekstra also had 64 rushing yards. Confaro with 1 rush for -1 yard, and Koning with an 8-yard rush. Through the air, some big numbers here as well. Aberger, 86 receiving yards. Bruxford, 90. Confaro, 11. Mitchmerheisen, 31. And Grotehuis, 33.
All right, let's hand out some awards. Let's get out of here. Farmers Insurance Play of the Game. It was the Mitchmerheisen TD grab. What a play it was as well. Elevating, there were actually 2 defenders there, elevated over both, ripped the ball away. That's why you just throw it up to the big 6'7" tight end, I guess.
That definitely helps, especially when you're near the goal line like that, when Boyce able to loft up in a perfect spot in a jump ball kind of situation where Mitchmerheisen, the smaller corner on him in coverage and just put in the right place where he could go up, extend that frame, catch the ball at the high point, and get feet down in the end zone.
Centennial Securities winning game plan normally goes to maybe one individual play call, but I think we'll go in general to Coach Aberger's offense. It was balanced. They found a lot of ways to attack from the start. And Holland Christian's offense certainly was the best game plan in this contest.
It sure was. They were pulling all the right strings all night long from the start. The offense didn't get stopped all night long and found a nice mix of the pass game and then the run game as well, which got involved later on. But overall, the game plan and the offensive prep, you could see was ready to roll for the Maroons.
Yeah, absolutely. Remember, Centennial Securities offers the investments and advice for your best financial game plan. Rainbow Grill presents our Player of the Game award. Remember that the Rainbow Grill open from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. Monday through Saturday. Currently, you can get half a sandwich and a side for $9.09 from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. daily during lunch, and it's Wet Burrito Wednesdays from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Wednesdays. Rainbow Grill, Player of the Game. What do you think it is? Eli Boyce, 5 total touchdowns, 350-plus total yards. I don't think, for a player that I knew was good, I knew had a couple collegiate offers at the D3 level, I don't think I've walked out of a game this year being kind of this really pleasantly surprised in a kid that I knew he was hyped, I knew he was good, but man, I was really, really impressed with the legs, with the arm, everything he could do.
He put together really a pretty complete game. Overall, the passing was there all night long, delivering some big throws down the field, hitting some screen passes, which definitely helped the numbers when you got playmakers like that. But they really missed very few throws on the night, as well as adding a very effective run game over 100 yards, as we just talked about. But the poise in the pocket at pretty much all times, the way that he sees down the field, is not too quick to try to run and escape the pocket and use his legs, but does so in situations where he needs to, and I thought played almost a perfect game.
Carson, our hit of the game, we go back. There were a couple fumbles from Unity Christian, but the one that really changed the course of the game, and you almost could look at as kind of the play of the game too, Vancouvering, the opening for Unity Christian, second overall kickoff of the game, already down 7-0. Vancouvering took a big hit, lost the football. Holland Christian scored right after that. I mean, it was the Carson, our hit of the game. It also was the turning point of this game, where all of a sudden it's 14-0 just like that, in a game that Unity thought they would be able to keep up with and stay with Holland Christian. All of a sudden down 2 scores. Of course, they wound up being down 3 scores very shortly after. They then lost Isaac Steenstra to injury, so it was just tonight they were behind at all points, and that moment, that Carson hit of the game, is what really led that.
Yeah, no doubt that was a big momentum swing, and early on in that fumble caused by the special teams for the Maroons gives them another chance with a short field. They're already up a possession. Add on to that, and that kind of set the tone for the rest of the night and set the Crusaders behind, and some special teams issues that they had.
And, of course, I think first and foremost, primarily, we send our prayers and all of our best wishes to the Steenstra family and to Isaac. Again, we hope everything was just mostly done in a preventative, in a cautious manner, but was loaded on, did leave the stadium tonight after a big hit on a kickoff return in an ambulance. So we wish the best for that young man, for Unity Christian, for certain. So all of our best to Isaac Steenstra first and foremost. But what a performance by Holland Christian. They end the rival Unity Christian season tonight. We'll see if HC, it was going to take a lot for them to be able to find their way into the playoffs. We'll see if they're going to be able to. It was an outside chance even with a win. Remains an outside chance even with a win. But we'll see. But regardless, Unity Christian misses the playoffs. Just 2 years removed from the greatest offense in the history of Michigan high school football. Shocking night, really, on the whole. I don't think I've walked away as surprised from start to finish a football game as what we had tonight.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. All right. I think we've run out of things to talk about. What a performance by the Maroons. They finished their season at 4-5. Unity Christian will finish at 3-6. For Chandler Timmer, I am Nate Dreyer. We'll see you all Tuesday. MGN YouTube page for the MGN Football Tailgate Report. We'll break this down. We'll break down a lot more. And we'll preview next week. Friday night, Grandville, likely Hudsonville, first-round playoff matchup. It's the rematch of all rematches with a lot of big things in the playoffs at stake. Of course, we'll officially find out Sunday night where things are going to be at in terms of Selection Sunday. But we are to the MGN Road to Ford Field next Friday. We are on the air with that. Thanks for tuning in all night long here to Game Night.